Wow, fellas. I am in rare form tonight. Your boy, an atheist, is doing his own personal fasting alongside the Ortho Bros for Lent. I'm not doing a Lent fast, doing something a little more extreme. I'm only eating once a day. I can only eat between 10 p.m. and midnight, and my feeding schedule's all messed up. I had probably less than 500 calories last night. I'm not even hungry anymore. It's crazy. It's crazy what's happening. I also gave up booze and cigarettes as well. So I'm constantly angry, okay? I'll put it to you that way. Oh, I'll put it to you that way. So you might be thinking, I got some crossover with Spoonman. And so it's like, hey, you and Spoonman have gotten along. What's going on? Well, I'm noticing some Lindsayite behaviors. And in case you didn't notice, I was pretty early. A lot of people I have in my audience are from my content I made on James Lindsay. And so I noticed these things kind of early on. And so I'm noticing these things, and I'm noticing how you can't really criticize Spoonman at all. I'm noticing he's always condescending, never really backing up his opinion, and he's really antisocial in the comments. And also, I got to comment on some stuff that's happened that I have a little more context on now. This is why I operate individually, fellas, okay? This is why I operate individually. This is no one else. No one else is involved in this. This is just me. I know I have some crossover with this community. This is just me. I'm not trying to drag anyone into anything. I'm a liberal after all. Freedom of association, okay? Now, I've already gotten a couple of comments. I'll hide people's identities of being like, hey, man, I don't want to see you guys fight, man. He doesn't want to talk to me. You got to understand, if you're going to defend Spoon, you got to understand Spoon. He doesn't want anything to do with me, as I'll show you, okay? He don't want any of this smoke. He wants absolutely nothing to do with it. Now, does he want to vague post and allude to me? Sure he does. Is he going to be a little catty like that? Absolutely. Discernment, fellas. We're going to practice discernment tonight for Lent, okay? This is all about discernment. And Spoonman is kind of a narcissist, which a lot of you know, right? I just think it's strange. There's a couple of things that I think are strange as the bodies are rolling in. Good amount of bodies here already. You know what? Let's just bring us up to speed a little bit. I dipped my toe in this a month ago. So let me just bring us up to speed a tad. It's very steadfast in his opinion. I've heard he hits the bottle a little too much. Could be an issue. We'll see. So he says, I think you lot are incredibly dim-witted, if I'm being honest. I think our extremely gullible cheerleaders who have nothing going you in for the current regime. I mean, kind of a wet brain, I'd say. We all know that he drinks, right? This can happen. I don't know why he's in such a hurry to try and argue in the comments and then, of course, say nothing after. And you will be reduced to cheering for your orange man, baby. He did an orange man back. He calls Trump orange man, and I get it. You have criticisms of America, but he does this James Lindsay thing where he pisses his pants and he's like, haha, that make you mad? I can't help but notice you're pointing at me and laughing. Yeah, you pissed your pants. See? Told you were going to point and laugh. It's just very similar. Let me get these out of the way real quick. So these aren't showing up because these were sent before the stream. Thank you very much, fellas. So I have to jankily show these this way. Thank you. Blue look, $2. Thank you. World War III is upon us. Normie, still asleep. I mean, what are you going to do about it, though? You know? What are you really going to do about it? What does it do to know anything about Iran? That's why I don't really care about it. I'm not going to try to contrive some sort of opinion, like Spoonman. And then, you know, every time I say my opinion, I go, I'm right. And of all this, I'm going to say because I think I'm right. Good for you, buddy. Wait until you grow up a little bit and see how you feel. Radically moderate. $20. Thank you so much. I'm riding solo. Can I do it? Can I actually do it? Am I a big enough boy to do it? Thank you. I won't be here for the first 3 hours. Can you keep detailed list of timestamps and post them when I join? Thanks. Also, check out the book White Shaming by Charles Nagy. Careful with that. Uni professor. It's dense with sources and facts. Well, unfortunately, I never learned how to read. I'm sure it's good. I'll have Fist read it. I'll put my jams on, my little feety pajamas on, with my feet poking out under the blanket, and I'll have Fist read it to me before I go to bed. Anyway, thank you for that very much. Back to it. Oh, wait a minute. Now they're coming in. Now they're coming in regular. Parkour read for $2. Hold up. I missed the first 3 minutes. Can you restart? Fellas. You fellas are so... Oh my God! Why? Why are you people like this? Waffle for the smooth hundy, baby. I won't be able to catch the whole stream. Can you just postpone it to another night? Fellas, we have a chat of the chat.
Now the Chad does what the Chad wants, and no one is stopping him because Chad does what Chad wants.
Waffle, baby. He won't let me do anything for him other than what I already provide for him. Truly a magnanimous soul. Thank you very much. He enjoys gas builds in Warframe. Do with that information what you want. Thank you very much, Waffle. Very much appreciated. To the chickens, $2. Rule number 1, always be prepared to accept being wrong. Couch your language. Just couch your language. It's what really bothers me, and I've said this with PF Young, it's the hubris, right? It's the hubris. Same thing with James Lindsay. Ooh, it's the smugness in peeing your pants in front of everybody. Gray Slayer, $5. Cook the spoon. Well, as I'll show you, there are some people that are like, hey, I've also noticed this. And no one's really comment. People are like afraid to comment on them. And this is what I'm good at. This is why I have to be atheist, liberal, civic nationalist. This is why I have to have these individual identities so I don't affect anybody else. So I have the freedom to comment on things like this. And I never want to have my voice negatively impact and tarnish the reputation of other people. I always want to keep myself separate for things like this. So again, this is just me, not my streaming co-host, not my moderator. This is just what I'm saying. Double Momo for $5. I missed the last 3 hours. Can you do it again? It just doesn't. Okay. Anyway. I'm booming. That's been going the whole time. And we're good. Bring us up to speed. Which would be fine. But he runs his mouth. He swings his dick. The hubris. Orange Man Baby. He delivers you a constant stream of L's. Now, he's taking the position that people that are trying to support Trump, because it's really been like the most right-wing leadership that we've had, even though he's like a 90s Democrat, we understand that. We understand democracy dumb, okay? We understand a lot of these things. Trying to support the man where we can. And this is about Venezuela. So now, fellas, this is a solo stream. I don't have some Aussie Brit bonger here to distract me with global events, okay? I'm going to be glued. I'm glued to the chat. You do not have to moderate the chat, just so you know. if I would love to show some of what they're saying, because it's going to be just like Lindsay's. I want to know what I'm saying that's incorrect. That's what I'm going to want to know, okay? I want to know what I'm saying that's incorrect. And if they keep saying things where they can't say, hey, what you said is wrong, well, that will just bolster my point, okay? So him as a monarchist, you're like, hey, territorial, gaining resources. And he invokes Orange Man bad. So obviously, you have a 26.5-minute video where you're siding with Kyle Kalinske on a topic, not understanding what Carl is saying, and then he's mystified by the pushback, okay? Is Spoon going the way of SFO? No. Now, it's very strange. Do you want to know why that's strange? Is Spoon going the way of SFO? That is Short Fat Otaku, aka Dev. Now, as somebody has already stated in chat, they very much enjoy him making fun of Dev, as do I. I've seen many of his videos. But apparently, just like James Lindsay, he is absolutely insufferable on the internet. Completely insufferable. Just like James Lindsay. Now, somebody had asked a month ago, is he going to start crashing out like Dev? Dev used to be, anti-communist, criticizing leftists, and then became very lefty, okay? Now we know Academic Agent, who Spoon drinks the tits of. AA can do no wrong in the eyes of Spoon. Because as we know, Spoon defends people, not takes, as we know. To his dying breath, he loves Academic Agent, who is less right-wing, which I might cover at some point. So it's funny because has this been said to him that he's going to have a Dev crash out? Like he's going to go further left and start crashing out? Because this happened after his video where he took the side of Kyle Kalinske over Sargon of Akkad for 26 minutes. And didn't expect any pushback somehow. And he goes, by the way, I am fully aware quite a few think I'm dangerously close to embarking on a kind of Dev art crash out. Odd how someone said that on my my stream. Now, let me show you kind of what I'm talking about here. I'm going to hide this person's name. I made a post saying I would do the stream. And someone said this, it reads as follows. I've gotten a couple of comments like this. Please ignore all the people trying to instigate drama between you and Spoon. I've been watching the aristocratic utensil for almost a year and a half, and I don't want two of my favorite content creators to feud. Well, you can't disagree with the guy without feuding with him. And I think a lot of people know that. They've listened to Broken Crown, and they listen to what it sounds like if you disagree with Spoon. And so what do people do? They see his 50,000 plus subscriber YouTube account and they go, ooh, I shouldn't push back too hard. I don't know what it is. People are afraid to scrap with the guy and have an argument with him because he turns into a little like narcissistic pussy bitch. I'm feuding with him. He's not cringe, I swear. If you're going to cover his video, at least do one of his best ones, like the case for an American empire. This is very James Lindsay. You know how James Lindsay is acting antisocial on the internet, making horrific arguments, refusing to debate any of them, and sitting in his condescending moral high horse? And what do the Lindsayites say? They say, have you seen the grievance studies from 2018? Yeah, but what about his anti-communism work from 2022? Yeah, but what about what he's doing now? But what about what he's doing now with James Lindsay, right? So with Spoon, I don't care that he made one video that said the case for an American empire a year and a half ago. How does that ignore all of his behavior insufferable behavior now. So I'm not going to look at that because that's not my criticism of him. That wouldn't make any sense. I think the entire interaction with Spoon on X from a couple weeks ago can just be summed up as both of you thinking the other person was a mindless spurg and rage baiting accordingly. He called me an emotional, envious black female or something like that. We'll cover that in just a moment. It'd be a shame if you both thought the other person was an idiot and brushed him off. I think if you two actually sat down and had a polite chat, I think you get along. Not asking you to invite him on the podcast, just trying to discourage drama. I think you two are much more aligned than either of you realize. And here's what's weird to me. You don't know Spoon well enough if you think we're going to have a conversation. He doesn't do this. He didn't even do this with Aiden Paladin, which I'm going to get into. He doesn't even hash things out with his streaming co-host. So what this reminds me of, okay, where somebody wants us two to talk when he doesn't want to talk. I don't know why you're standing for a guy that you just don't know. It's confusing. It reminds me of this.
Have you thought about talking to Lindsay? I mean, I've found James, you can have a conversation with James, you know, and I wonder.
This Jordan Peterson is the person that left a comment, okay? I am Matt Walsh and Spoon is James Lindsay, okay?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Here, the problem is that as this conversation started on X, and I'm perfectly willing to talk to him. I think my argument is rational. I think it's the right argument. Otherwise, I wouldn't be making it. But there are, Ben Shapiro disagrees, and he sees it the other way. He did a segment on his show where he directly responds to my argument, and that's fine. It's perfectly fine. That's great. Like we can disagree. I got no issue with that. And this is an issue where there's a rational argument on either side. I do think there's a right argument, but the problem is that James Lindsay, his response was at first dismissive, and then eventually he offers this kind of lengthy semi-rebuttal of part of my argument. But then at the end of it, he says that I'm a fool and a dimwit. And so
being asked to talk to someone like that when they don't seem like they want to talk to you now, I've already covered this because I thought it was strange. Hey, Jordan Peterson goes, hey, why don't you, Matt, just talk to James Lindsay? Well, James Lindsay specifically says, so someone says to James Lindsay, you should actually engage in conversations with him instead of these stupid online skirmishes. You guys should actually talk. To which James Lindsay says, no, we shouldn't. So why is Jordan Peterson trying to get Matt Walsh to talk to James Lindsay when James Lindsay doesn't want to talk to him? Why is this person trying to get me to talk to Spoon when Spoon doesn't want to talk to me? That weird? What is the point of that? Let me walk you through this. We were amicable, right? He liked that I was making fun of James Lindsay. Saw a video, and he decides to comment, and I go, oh, this is cool. Spoonman, I watch his stuff. This is August of 2025. Look at that. Look at that. We're hitting it off again. And then I comment on his thing to be like, hey, this is cool. I'm going to comment on his James Lindsay video because he likes my James Lindsay content. Boom. Dilapidate his cranium. And would you look at that? We're being pals over here. Now here's the issue. I noticed that he keeps bashing America like a leftist. Calling Trump Orange Man. That's odd. And I'm noticing how nobody's really pushing back. Or just like James Lindsay, when someone pushes back, he's cranky. He just kind of just swears and calls people dumb like James Lindsay. This person says, America has kept Europe on life support for decades. And then Spoonman says, no, you haven't. You fat sacks of dysgenic crap haven't even kept your own country safe. Got fucked. Now, Spoon is a South African monarchist. Now, here's the issue. Where he's trying to trash America, when he lives, does he live in South Africa? Is he also like a bodybuilder or something? I don't know. But I'm pretty sure he still lives in South Africa. So it's like, well, yeah, I understand there's things to criticize about the United States, but like, it's better than where you live. And we're trying to across the West. He's not even in the West. So we're trying to do the best with what we have. And so we criticize our government and Trump. But also, like, what else are we supposed to do at the end of the day? This kind of seems like the last bastion of actual freedom and being able to push back against the commie moves. This seems to be an understanding of what's going on to any regular person. But instead of calling us woke right, he just says that we're Americans and we're dumb. But Jam for $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I got to hurry through these. Hey, I'm unable to watch the rest of the stream. Could you postpone for like 4-ish hours until I get back? You know what? I don't like it. I don't trust this guy. I don't like what he's saying. I don't trust him at all.
Oh, you're on the payroll of the Jews.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust him. That could be a moo right there. You know, I'm getting to a size where I could be getting infiltrated. Thank you very much. You're a ridiculous person. Thank you. Testing, $2. I predicted Spoon's SFO like anti-Americanist crash. It is a crash because he can't really go into detail on any of his opinions. America bad. That's it. And guys, did you know Trump Orange said the African monarchist? I'm not going to call him South African. He's African. New Jim for $10. Thank you very much. It's nice that Spoon tried to reach out on an alt account. Peachy. I don't know if that's true. I don't have to lie or speculate, okay? I have, I got receipts on my side. Some randomness. Pooh. $10, thank you. Non-U.S. right-wing critics of America think they're above us somehow, but make just as many mistakes misunderstanding America and end up just as delusional. Only Sargon understands us, not his minions, though. Oh, he is really cranky at Sargon. Oh, he's gonna laugh about that when he sees this, and he's too much of a fucking pussy and coward to actually respond or say anything back to me. He's gonna love reading that one. Oh, Spoon's gonna chuckle to himself in that one. Actually, so I'll have you know, he was gone for a month. Did you guys realize he was gone for a month? Anyone realize that? They stopped making content for a whole month. He makes a video, this is what I commented on. He makes a video on Kyle Kalinske being correct and Sargon not being correct, okay? This is January 21st. He makes that video. His next video, okay, is about Sargon again. But he got beaten up so badly. This is February 19th, dude, okay? He didn't release a video for a whole month. And he was thinking about Sargon the whole time. To the point where he has to bring up Sargon from 2022 and go, look how he's changed. He thought about Sargon for an entire month, okay? He's going to have the balls to try to make fun of other people when that was his content. Mind you, he doesn't do e-drama or anything like that, okay? Even though he's just turned into an e-drama channel. You might be asking, well, how's his channel doing? Right? Well, he's down 200 or 300 subscribers in the last 30 days. And he's gotten 26,000 views in the last month. It's almost like he's giving up on his channel. I don't know why. Me, for example, well, I've gained 600 subscribers. Now I have 132,000 views in the past 30 days. I'm actually releasing content. If you give me $5 a month, I actually give you something behind the paywall. He's just like, here's my Patreon if you want to give me something, whatever. Doesn't give you anything extra. He's really lazy. So a lot of his audience knows he's kind of a narcissist, and then he's unbelievably lazy. So I don't know. I don't understand the like appeal thus far necessarily. Some randomness poo, $2. Thank you. Also, Nuki, Belgium, lol. Okay. Hey, that's just like your opinion, man. Testing $2. Thank you. Spoon has terminal TDS, anti-American narcissism. Well, you can criticize the United States, while my streaming co-host does all the time. However, he lives in the UK, and so he's like, yeah, but like obviously I'd rather be in America. But we also talk about how the United States has been infiltrated, and we can have the whole discussion about liberalism versus monarchy. I mean, Sargon has that all the time, and he's civil, and he's not James Lindsay about it. But the guy that's trying to sell you on his African monarchy is lazy, is too lazy to run his own channel, but he wants a daddy. He wants a daddy. The issue with Spoon is that he wants a daddy to run the country because he can't even run his own channel because he's pathetic. He's a man baby. Double mumble, $5. Thank you. Hey, Artie, good news. I can be here for the next 3 hours. Continue. Oh, continue as usual. That was close, fellas. That was very close. Almost had to shut her down. Theodore McCarthy, $5. I suspect Spoon blames the U.S. civil rights movement for destroying South Africa by pushing to end apartheid. Well, that's the thing, dude. I'm going to go through his comments. It's very much crash out material. I don't know. In the same way that we show James Lindsay comments on stream, and I go, what is that in reference to? I'm getting the same vibes from Spoon, and he swings his little spoony pecker about it too. Bluelit, $2. Thank you. Autocratic Spork coming soon after Autocratic Spoon. Aristocrat Spoon. We'll see. Just put someone in charge and it's all better, okay? Also, is he even religious? Is he Catholic? Do we know what he believes in? Aside from hating America, do we know what he believes in? What denomination of Christianity is he? I know I have some of his fans in the chat. If you could tell me what he believes in, that would be great. He just says monarchy, monarchy, monarchy. Don't know what the man believes in. The new GM, $5. I think I figured it out. He's taking hormones to transition into fork. He seems to be good on his diet. Apparently, allegedly. I don't know. I don't know what he believes in. I just know what he doesn't believe in. Monarchy good, America bad. Where am I? Oh my God. Okay. That's where I was. So, of course, he's acting like the United States hasn't kept Europe on life support for decades. Nope. Full denial. Full denial of that. So I'm seeing that. And of course, all he's saying is just, you fucking idiot. No argument. He gets all of his answers at the bottom of a bottle. I mean, he's a pathetic worm. Wet brain. Lush. He's just a drunk. Yelling on the internet. And he says as much. He talks about how he just doesn't really care. And like, he doesn't really give a shit. All right. Cool. Since you don't give a shit, I'm going to make fun of you. And Spoon, here's what you're going to do. You're going to sit there and fucking take it, right? Because you're already acting like you're not going to respond to me. So be a good boy. Shut the fuck up. Just sit there and take it like a good boy. Like we all know you're going to do. Good boy. Like a good African. Just sit there. Let me talk shit about you. And have you just sit there and take it, okay? That's what you're going to do because I told you to do it, okay? Good boy. So I says to him, the United States is the most targeted country in the world because it's the most powerful country in the world. So they're not really trying to subvert South Africa, right? UK has been subverted, Australia and Canada. The only countries that have been kept safe are small countries that no one really cares about targeting. And he says, no, it's because of your power. It's not because of your power. You Americans don't understand this because you're spiritually black women and revert to envy. The fucking South African is calling me envious, and I don't know why. He's like acting like there's an American. The issue that the civil war we're having in America is we're trying to even fight for what an American is because we're being invaded, okay? He speaks very in general, vague language, just like James Lindsay. I don't even know what he's talking about. Envious? How mooey is that? You're just jealous. Of what? I'm jealous of I want to leave my country so I can get the experience of wanting to flee my country to come to my country. What the hell does that even mean? It's because you're a cultural dead end and your empire exports cringe and gay. What? Okay. Can we compare it to South Africa? No, we can never compare anything to South Africa. And people criticize him for that all the time. And so, of course, when he says that to me, well, he's saying that to the wrong person, I would say. Spoon, baby, I know you don't know me, but you're my James Lindsay now. You're doing this to yourself. I have no option. You're giving me no choice. And so I'm starting to realize he's very generic. Hey, did you guys know feminism is dumb? And I'm like, wow, such biting commentary in 2026. What's next? You're going to cover Gamergate? Listen, Junior, because I once annoyed your delicate sensibilities and refused to engage any further, doesn't mean you need to go around following me with these ankle-biting posts. It's incredibly cringe and gay. Piss off. We all know, everybody, on the internet, the best thing you can do, if this is what James Lindsay does, is let someone know that you're being bothered. He got 9 likes. I told him to please cry quietly, and that got 12 likes. Here's what I'm realizing. Here's where I'm starting to get messages. Here's where people are starting to speak up in the background. What time are we? Half an hour in? Oh, we're ready. I think we're lubed up. I feel like Spoon must be bald. Don't know why. Could be like a Devin Tracy thing, right? Huge ego, bald head. It can happen. Arden Party, I can't stream new videos as of Monday. Hit like. Oh, yeah, hit like. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Thanks for showing up, Arden Party. Very kind of you. Deadpool Kid, DPK. My main issue isn't his beliefs. Nice. Nor his criticisms. Excellent. But it's really just an inserted ego and his superiority complex. Terrific. Right? Now, my issue is also his criticisms, like America bad, and he doesn't really defend it, right? But I can accept that. That's like, but this is the issue. Yeah, but DPK, have you seen his video that's nice about America in 2014? Kind of doesn't matter because of how he's acting nowadays, right? Do we understand what I'm saying? New GM for $5. Always let the African complain about massa while working the field makes them more productive. It's the hubris of a South African, and he's trying to act like we don't. But, he's a monarchist, so force doctrine. So we're exerting our force doctrine. But then he's also just jealous that he doesn't have a government that'll do that for him. Does his government want to kill him? I don't understand. But there's none of his fans have any clear positions on what he believes in. They just say, Spoon's awesome. Another dunk from Spoon. Kosher Bosher Salt for 6. Shacky, baby. Is Spoon a moo? I can't confirm until I see the nose. Worse, he's an African. I mean, he's even more useless than a moo. He's an African. Where are we going to start? Okay, so here's how much he starts to resemble James Lindsay by the day. Now, this will show up. This will be a reoccurring theme. Oh my God, dude. He says, my word, there was a comment on that last video that was so smug. I am very tempted to go full 130 IQ all over it. I find unearned arrogance unspeakably ugly. You're going to notice that he sees a comment and has to tell everybody how he feels about the comment. He'll make videos about a comment somebody left. He has nothing better to talk about because he's a wet brain. Because he is an absolute drunk lush, as many people already know. But they're like, yeah, but monarchy. What does he believe in? Okay, fine. Switch me. What sect of Christianity does he subscribe to? Is he just like Christianity good because monarchy? Because we need that from monarchy? Is he LARPing as a monarchist? Is he? He might be. I don't know what he believes in. And none of his fans really talk about it either. Now, here's what I love. And you're going to see him bring this up too. He goes, well, time to double down. Well, time to double down. And someone says, holy shit, I thought I was on YouTube, not 2008 MySpace, with vague posts on your own behavior. And he goes, or I'm just bored. Yeah, you're bored and vague posting. Yeah, that's the criticism. And I said, I don't know who vague posts more, a middle school girl or a Spoon. Oh, he brings it up in the video. Oh, but he doesn't mention my name. Oh, but later on he does. But in a different video he does. So he's vague posting. And this is consistent too. This is not his first vague post, okay? There was another one, but this is just wild. So James Lindsay also has people in his audience that ask him why he's vague posting. Someone says, why do you love vague posts? Mind you, this is James Lindsay. Why do you love vague posting so much? Why don't you just explain what happens using names and clear language? What does James Lindsay do? Retweets it and just says, lol. The person goes, what? I follow you. I agree with you on nearly everything all the time. And I'm about as online as a normal person with a life and family can reasonably be. And like a third of the time, I don't know what you're talking about. This is his own fan. I've seen other people say this to you as well. It's not just me. Are we feeling familiar James Lindsayisms right now? Now, most of the audience is too afraid to say to Spoon, I don't know what you're talking about. So all they do is glaze him and go, Spoon W, Spoon did it again, Spoon's correct, Spoon's so cool, Spoon's funny. Never really expounding on what he thinks or believes. If you look at my comments, there's a wealth of opinions. People going into detail about what they think about my video. They're not just saying RDW. So, the vague posting twins over here, they're like, can you help me out here? It's not just me. A lot of people don't know what you're talking about, and we're trying to support you. Now, James Lindsay and Spoon had this attitude of, I don't care. That was a criticism. That was a criticism that he's vague posting. I don't care what my audience thinks. I don't give a shit. Why are you vague posting like a little girl? It's antisocial, emotionally underdeveloped teenage behavior. This was supposed to be socialized out of you in your 20s when you had the internet. He goes, I'm specific all the time. And when I am, I get told I'm wrong and not to be specific like that. So just like Spoon and just like James Lindsay, they're one and the same. They take a single comment to heart. Okay. They get a single comment and they go, well, one time a comment said this to me. People with like a channel that you can make a living off of. Okay. One comment changes their behavior forever. And then the person who agrees with James Lindsay goes, okay, so then what is the vague posting for? Like, what purpose does it serve? Avoiding the criticism when you get your specific. Like, what are you doing? And then James Lindsay's like, I've been talking about it more or less nonstop for two or more years. Spoon does the exact same thing. If you haven't looked at Spoon's entire catalog and he's being a moron that peed his pants and you're pointing at him and laughing and he's like, well, what about this content that I've done? Like, I don't know. Just like, why are you being vague? I haven't seen everything that you've made. Now, believe it or not, I've been really pulling punches with Spoon. And now I'd like to throw some punches. But before I do that, I have to really show how uncouth this behavior is. So I've shown you how he's like kind of a pest online. Here's someone defending him. Telling me and him should have a discussion on stream. And he sent me this video of Spoon apologizing. Because I'm trying to be like, can you show me a single example of him engaging in a criticism with any humility? Here's what I didn't know. Now, this is weird. This has News Fist in it, okay? Let me set this up for you. I don't think anyone's really covered this in a video. It somehow involves my now streaming co-host, Fist. Minutes before. Now, this is the character of Spoon, okay? Minutes before they go live on the Broken Crown podcast, Spoon releases a video about how he's not getting paid, completely trashing Aiden Paladin, and doesn't go on the podcast. Very unethical, very bitchy. Now, it turns out he was wrong, okay? But he leaves her completely high and dry, and she's going to talk about what happened. Now, I covered this a little bit a month ago, but now I have a much better sense of what's going on because I didn't see this video. So now I'm really going to start to dig my heels into him. Of course, in just a moment. King Spectre, $5. Thank you. Spoon is a spiritual parallel of SFO. He believes himself to be twice as intelligent as he is and confuses snark for wit. Well, that's the thing, is at least SFO will go out there and embarrass himself. This is why it's very James Lindsay. James Lindsay knows better than to debate. You see, on the left, you have unlimited respawns. If you're not on the left, we'll actually criticize you for eating your balls in a debate, which is why he's terrified, which is why he does what James Lindsay does. He's a coward. Testing for $2. Thank you. Trump just announced Spoon can be a refugee in the USA. We don't claim him. Phoenician $2, common RDW. This is someone that's also in the background has noticed things that I've noticed. And I'll ask somebody their opinion, and they'll start to be like, yeah, I'm glad somebody asked me this question because I also noticed this thing. King Spectre, $5, thank you. I get told I'm wrong when I'm specific. You don't say. That's crazy. I can't imagine why. Yeah, exactly. And this is why Spoon does the same thing. Wow, that you picked up on that. That's good. Yeah, the more specific you get, the more wrong you seem to get. Crazy how that works. New GM for $2. Rare RDW. Thank you. Thank you for making fun of me. Testing $5. Bitching about pay without first addressing the person not paying you equals incredibly super feminine. Well, I mean, drinking that much alcohol does tank your testosterone, okay? Now, I can't wait. Now, I don't have to wait anymore. Let me dig my heels into him, because he very much deserves it.
Hello, everybody. I have been informed by everyone in the chat, apparently, as well, that some weird stuff has happened.
I'm going to set up for you.
Still intend to continue to do the news, but it sounds like Spoon has, I'm guessing, what, like just minutes ago, talked a bunch of shit? This is very awkward because we are joined tonight by Newsfist. Thanks for showing up, man. I'm really sorry about this. This is extremely awkward. But
that's okay. It's
me and Newsfist didn't even know each other at this point, and he's the exact same. He wants to get down to the content. This is why me and Newsfist offset each other, and why I would bite off anyone's throat if they went after Newsfist for things that I say. I dare someone to do it.
It's great to be. I disavow any drama involved. Obviously,
naturally.
Yeah, well, let's just go over right now. So Spoon claims I don't pay him. Here you go.
No. Let's leave it to the fucking end.
No, I'm gonna get it through right now. Here's the thing. No, because this is because
it's hard to leave it to the end, don't you think? When he just released a video that's now deleted, by the way. Mr. 130 IQ over here talks a bunch of shit. No wonder why he doesn't debate and eats his balls. Oh, I can't wait.
As everyone in the chat is asking about it, okay? So here's what the fuck happened, all right? Spoon has asked me for money. Back last year, 6 months ago.
Now, why is Spoon asking her for money? You want to know who's never asked me for money? Fist. And we do a stream together. Do you want to know why? Because when we were working it out, I worked out a deal with him. Now, I haven't consulted him to say this publicly, so I'm not going to. I want you to know I take care of Fist really well, better than he's ever been taken care of in terms of making content, okay? I take care of him very well. He has no complaints, and it was really easy. I give him updates on when payouts are coming. It was intuitive. And here I am, some dog shit liberal that knows how to run a fucking business. Mr. Monarch over here, who needs a daddy to take care of the state, can't run shit and needs a woman to do it. Oh, he's pathetic. How do you listen to him? He can't live his values for a second. He can't run a channel like a monarch. I'm a better YouTube monarch than he is. Wait for it, Artie. Wait for it.
Go. I gave him complete control over the channel. All of it. The whole fucking channel.
She gave him complete control over the channel. Now, fellas, we all know Aiden Paladin is one of the most passive people in the content space, okay? We can tell, and some of you know, you can assume that Spoonman gets drunk, gets very mouthy. One could say verbally abusive, very attacking. And she didn't want to deal with it, and gave him control of the channel. We'll investigate this further.
See, me, I don't. Is this even the right one? No, it's not. This is him asking me for money in retrospect, which, by the way, he's asking me for something like $30,000. All at once, by the way. So here it is. This is the conversation. You can see this is December 13th of 2024. Let me zoom in here. This is me giving the entire channel over to Spoon so that he could monetize it.
This is this is 6 months before this is recorded. Okay, 6 months, and he hung on to it like a female, Mr. Masculine Monarch over here. Okay.
In perpetuity from that point onward. He had access and complete control of the channel since December. I'm going to be very clear about the things that I said here. I handed the whole channel over to him. This is my 2-factor authentication thing. It should be fine. Just let me know so I can make sure to accept it. Or if the password doesn't work, that's what I've got written down. This blocked out part is me sending the password. You can take all the profits from it from now on.
This is how gaslit and intimidated she was, because he spread a bunch of rumors about her. Okay, like a man does, right? Me talk to Spoon directly? He couldn't even talk to her directly about money on the podcast, on the stream they were doing. So how well do you even know him if you're gonna even think that's possible?
Provided you still want to do it. I talked to Scrump about getting better at encouraging donos, which I am very bad at, guys. I don't know. Years of someone else's money. Now, I'm going to have to also reveal this, guys. Every single aspect of this show is run by me. I get all the news stories.
Now, hold on. We don't talk about this enough. Every single part of the show is run by her. Now, I'll let you know. When I wasn't a streamer, I was giving Newsfist a larger cut because I was relying on him for running the stream. We now split things evenly because I now also stream as well. The man has no complaints. Everything's worked out. Communication, how much the payouts are, because we're 2 men dealing with this, okay? Now, she does everything for this, so she should be making all of the money. Now, Newsfist isn't getting paid to be on here, and neither is Bill, okay? So, why... as someone a Spoon defender, can someone tell me why the fuck he's getting paid? I'd love to know. Hold on, let's see what he does.
I do all of the preparation. I make the thumbnails. I make everything for the channel. Spoon shows up. Okay?
About the same level of actual involvement as I have.
Well, yeah, Bill can attest to this because, of course, Bill has been here the whole time. All right? So... whenever Spoon would ask me for money, I would.
So he doesn't do anything. He doesn't do anything more than Newsfist. He doesn't do anything more than Bill. He doesn't do anything extra. So why the fuck is he being given any fucking money when she does all the work? That's weird.
Would pay him, but the thing is too. Also, Spoon would look at the net earnings from the channel because, by the way,
Oh, I'm sorry. We do have some complaints as well. Apparently, hasn't he like fallen asleep on stream or something? Or like left stream? Let me try and look through right now. There we go. Spoon literally falls asleep every episode on A Broken Crown. Not an exaggeration. See, I don't even have to research this. I don't know any of this. But I know that he's not earning money. I know that. I want to know why he's owed money. I want to know why he's owed money. He doesn't do anything extra. He falls. In fact, one could say he does less. He sleeps. So she was intimidated into giving him control of the channel. That's weird. How did he strike that deal? Did he earn it? He's very critical about America. But how ethical of a person is he in his own life?
He's had access to it and would want the net earnings. I'm the one who pays the taxes on the stuff.
Not
Okay?
even net.
And she pays the taxes. Interesting. Now, it's my channel. I also pay the taxes, and I factor that in to what I give to Fist. Again, he has no fucking complaints because we're 2 men. We barely had to have a conversation about it. He was happy to finally start making some actual fucking decent money.
The gross earnings.
Yes, excuse me, not the net, the gross, excuse me. He wanted the gross. Here you can even see though, I got even close. I got even more specific. I said, if you want to sell the channel, I gave it to you. It's nearing 10K subs.
Big tough Spoonman, pressuring her, constantly bickering at her. Did he earn the money? No, absolutely not. Now, is it easy to take advantage of Aiden? We all know the answer is yes. Is she fiercely loyal? We all know the answer is yes.
Subs, you can just sell it if you want. This is in December. So what does Spoon want me to do? Exactly.
And this is
Now-
as we're currently hung up in the courts dealing with.
Mind you, she's so stressed out because she just found out he released the video that she feels like she has to get out in front of it because he's defaming the shit out of her. For money that I don't know. I'm sorry. I haven't made this clear. Can someone give me a justification for him receiving any money from Broken Crown? I'd appreciate that, what the justification is.
Refiling our taxes in Guernsey.
Yeah. No, it doesn't even matter about that. The reality is that this is, I don't know what the fuck to do, guys. He said that he was going to expose me back in November, late November, early December. He was going to.
Isn't that kind of like what a bitch does, Spoon? You fucking pussy? Really, dude? If you don't give me money, I'm gonna kind of like blackmail. Kind of. Huh. He focuses a lot on America and monarchy because when you criticize Spoon, people go, yeah, but based monarchy stuff. What about how he coerced Aiden to give him money that he didn't earn? We don't talk about that enough. For some reason, people are afraid to talk about that. I'm not afraid to talk about it. I believe in the truth. And I think that's unjust. And it should be discussed, especially with the hubris of this man.
Expose me as being bad to work with. Now, by the way, up until this point, whenever he had asked me.
Aiden? To say Aiden is bad to work with is only because she's autistic and has an actual 130 IQ, okay? Spoon loves to say he has 130 IQ. The only thing that would be frustrating about Aiden is that she's too smart and probably just misses things because she's thinking about the next thing that she wants to think about. ADHD brain. That's it. Completely benign. Why you would yell at her and berate her would be interesting, especially if you know that she's docile and that you could take advantage of her demure demeanor.
For money, I gave it to him. But around November, he came to me and asked me for $30,000. Okay? He wanted all of the back money in perpetuity, based again on the gross estimate of how much the channel had earned over the course of 3 years. Up until that point, whenever he asked me.
He demanded 3 years of payment based on what? Now, this is funny because this is the argument against a monarchy. What happens if you get a shitty monarch? Well, could he be a monarch? Is he even Christian? Does he even believe in anything? We don't know. But this is the right-wing version of a communist, where they're advocating for a system that's never going to happen, and they don't live any values that would suggest that he doesn't have any value system. He would just be a peasant and under a monarchy. He just wants a daddy to tell him what to do because he's begging this woman for money, which is pathetic.
And to get paid, I sent him money. But then he asked me for $30,000 out of fucking nowhere, essentially.
And this is keep in mind, I'm also involved in running the channel on the back end. I don't take any wage from this.
Oh, this guy's actually involved in running the channel on the back end, and he doesn't take any money. So, I'm sorry. I need a justification as to why Spoon is still receiving money, and how he was ever owed money, and how he was ever in a position to coerce money out of her.
I was under the understanding I always had with it is any funds taken by the channel are a slush fund to pay for travel expenses or similar expenses for channel members. For people who are at the staff end of things.
Okay.
Similarly to how we tried to I can't remember what event it was, like a year or so back, we tried to convince Spoon to fly down to mainland England so we could all attend one of the meetups together.
Yep, we tried to do that.
He refused outright.
And he immediately refuses. He doesn't want to go anywhere or do anything. Apparently, he's super fit, though, and has great genetics. We always say that when we hide our face constantly. We talk about how buff we are and don't show it. Classic. Marv Magus, $10. Thank you. Petitioning my YouTube monarch maker to make me a YouTube knight or duke. We'll have to see your function. Definitely my advisor is Phoenician, however that works. If Fist is second in command, he is third in command. I'll have to do it's merit based. It's not ordained. I'm a liberal monarch after all. Leningrad, $10. Thank you. Drunkard Spoon running his YouTube fiefdom into the ground is actually super monarchist, the bad kind. Right. Can't live his values. Can't even get his... He needs to clean his room before he tries to solve the world's problems, don't you think? Testing, $2. I'm autocratic kitchen knife. I'm so smart. Isn't he so smart? He's got a 130 IQ all over somebody, and he makes videos about comments that offend him. I can't keep this inside anymore. New gem, $5. Wait, 30 grand. The man misplaced 30 grand. Well, at least we know he's not an elf, but that's a level of drunk I've never even witnessed. How is he owed 30 grand? Isn't that incredible? He's demanding quite a lot of money. I still haven't seen a justification for it. I'd love to see it. That wasn't a Kermit voice. That was Jordan Peterson, which is the exact same thing. DPK, $5. Thank you. So a guy who complains about the female nature and he goes and complains about not getting paid, but controls the whole channel. Hypocritical much? No. You left out how he said, if you don't give me the money that I want, I'm going to start spreading rumors about you. Like a monarch, like a man. Testing, $2. Falling asleep, aka passing out. Fair. I think that's very fair. How did he get money? Because he's a narc. Because he's a narcissist. And he knows that Aiden is a target. And he's still getting money from Broken Crown to this very day. And no one can justify it. No one. I'm waiting. I would love to hear a justification. Oh, because she chose to. Okay. Because she chose to. Does it sound like she chose to here? Or she was flustered and pressured? But what's the justification? That she wants to? Yeah, she wants to give him money for doing less work when she does all the work. You sure about that? King Spectre, $10. Thank you. He feels entitled to money Aiden earned. Yes. This kind of behavior is spiritually black. Yes. Combo. That with his feminine behavior and his accusation that we are black women sounds more and more like projection. Does that remind you of James Lindsay? It's a James Lindsay level of projection. That was poetry. Thank you so much for that. That is a very good point. Testing for $2. Called it super feminine and apparently is bald. Possibly. Liquid Mikey baby. Became a YouTube member. Hey, last two videos, they're long. They're meaty. And we make fun of the blacks, baby. I think you'll like it. New GM. $2. Reparations. That's the African part of him. It's not his fault. That's the South African part of him. You know. But you know, he does. Oh my God, he does what James. If you ever try and criticize, you know, South Africa, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about America and America bad. Where would you rather live and why? I just don't understand. No one does. DPK, $5. Sounds like Spoon is threatened by Aiden's autistic levels of research. He's painfully insecure because he's a narcissist. Painfully insecure. Why do you think he can read a single comment? And then make posts and videos and vague posts about comments that he saw? The level of insecurity you have to have is James Lindsay levels, if you think about it. Kosher Bush stalled for 6. Shaggy baby. Spoon was promised this money 3,000 years ago. Kind of sounds like it, I'm not going to lie. Some random Spoo, $2, thank you. Knights, nah. We should do Sith Lords. That I can jive with. We can make it up as we go along. Testing, $2. Sorry to other bald fellas out there. Y'all are cool. They understand. Let's get this justification of how he's still getting paid money.
So, okay, guys. So he asked me for $30,000 all up front. He was unwilling to even discuss any kind of how we're going to split the money or whatever. And is the money all spent? No.
Now, what you're supposed to say is, no, what's your justification for that? But he chose his target well, didn't he? And he's made thousands of dollars that he didn't earn. Kind of like extortion. Nah, but it's her choice, you know? She sounds like she's really choosing right now, doesn't she?
But how am I supposed to give someone 30 grand? Does anybody here have 30 grand they can just give to somebody?
See how she sounds panicked, back against a wall?
First of all, it's not that much money. it's about half of that in terms of the actual net profits that you take away after taxes and after YouTube's cut. Okay? So let's try to put that into perspective as well. Spoon did not get paid nothing.
Notice how he says this is objectively stealing. When did you ever say you would give him money, and why would you give him money?
Either. The Spoon just
Got paid damn sight
wanted.
more than me.
What?
Got paid a damn sight more than me.
Yeah. Why is he getting paid?
Show.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Wait, show
There's
receipts
this.
No, I'm not.
and not DM.
Oh, past Fist. You'd be so proud of Future Fist. He's cracked 1,000 subs. He's making some decent part-time money now. All of his work that he's put in for streaming over the past 4 years. You're welcome! You see, what this liberal monarch does is try to build other people up, okay?
DMs. What
I know,
what receipts
just
do you
a meme.
want? You want me to show my bank account? This is me giving him the channel. Right here. This is him being given the channel. Now, guys, I didn't want to do this, but if Spoon
I didn't want to do this, and she's giving him the channel. That's a very Aiden move, okay? I wish there was a man around to go, Aiden, no, stop. This, I mean, fellas, is this not why men have to be in control of the money? I mean, come on. I mean, come on now. Did he earn it? No, but he's making me feel really uncomfortable, and he's pestering me, and he's threatening me. Yeah, she chose to give him money. Okay, that's fair.
Spoon decided to do it, then here you go. The reason why I took the channel back is because Spoon, after having it for 6 months, told me that he had never bothered to hook up his Google AdSense account to it because he was too lazy or too dumb to figure out how to do it. All right? So I don't really know what else I was supposed to do. And I am really hurt that he chose.
Well, I'd like to remind you that he just released a video before they went live and didn't go on the stream. And this has been building up over 6 months like a fucking broad. He's like a woman. How he argues online. It's just like James Lindsay. He's so effeminate.
To do this because, as far as I knew, Scrump had talked to him and he had decided to back off. The reality is that I think there's probably something going on in his personal life. This has been going on for a while. Where did he ask for 30K? I mean, he asked for the entirety of the money we had made that he believed was his, which is 50-50. It's not even counting the fact that.
Now, she's already said he doesn't do anything. And in fact, Bill does some stuff on the back end and gets paid nothing. He never should be paid this money. He never should have been given access to the channel since he doesn't do anything and she does all the work.
I do literally all of the work on the channel. I mean, he shows up, which I appreciate, or appreciated. Past tense, I suppose. However,
He will continue to have his moment as due to other shit getting on his nerves and taking out other folk. It's
Shit gets on his nerves and he takes it out on other people. Kind of like an angry, pathetic, lush of a drunk. Spoon, you are such a fucking pathetic little man, and there's nothing you can do about me giving you shit, dude. You fucking pussy. I'm gonna do it whenever the fuck I feel like it. And you're gonna be a good boy, and you're gonna sit there and fucking take it. Oh, I can't wait for you to just sit there with your hands on your lap, because I'm gonna make you behave, and you're gonna sit there and fucking take it. Oh, I can't wait.
that said, when it's someone you got to bring in a go-between to officiate basic bitch talks, probably not the best sign.
Yeah.
Anyway, any other matters on the matter?
I don't know what else. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Guys, here's the fucking evidence. This is me giving him the channel in December. He chose not to monetize it, essentially. I have, when he said that he wanted.
So this also is just a female argument. How does it go from give me $30,000, which is all of the money from the channel, to giving him the channel and not giving him money? She felt like she had to give him money. And he deleted his video, his original video. Oh, can anyone archive that? Is there any way for me to get that original video that he deleted? I'd love to see it. Because in this chat over here, they're like, oh, look at, he made a video. Go watch his video. He deleted it. So he had this extreme defamatory rhetoric that he used to extort her for money.
All of the money. I said he could sell the channel if he wanted. What else was I supposed to do?
If I recall correctly, Tig is giving him the income going forward was his idea.
Well, I didn't know what else to do.
Did she choose to do it? Nope. Didn't know what else to do to make him stop. I don't know what he was saying to her. I'd love to see that original video because he was really, really, really proud of himself for releasing that video just before they went live. Ooh, but he deleted it.
And he wasn't here half the time. It was an issue. It was an issue that Spoon was not here.
I've tried the Wayback Machine. It only gave me something. I mean, it would be from his Rumble, I assume. And I tried that, and I didn't see anything.
Half the time. Or he would fall asleep, or he'd play Tetris.
Fall asleep and play Tetris. Again, why is he getting money?
I mean, from my perspective, too, I'm the one... We did not start this to make any money. Look, it's nice.
It's meant to just be a cross-promotional thing and a little bit of a slush fund for travel.
We started just doing it because we were...
Broken Crown in their chat. Broken Crown should pay the fist. Absolutely.
Two friends who wanted to hang out and talk about politics.
When everyone at the very start said the money is not important, we don't want the money. Just...
I want you to know as well, I asked him about this like a month ago. He didn't have a lot to say about it. I didn't pester Fist at all. I'm like, I'm not going to involve him.
He asked people to DM him on Twitter for evidence, City Flannel. Well, here's the fucking evidence. I gave him the channel. No, I couldn't give him $30,000, which is not what he would have been owed even in the maximum anyway. What he got paid over the course of it was something like $4,000.
This is what like a creepy man does when they're trying to fuck a woman, but they just like settle on fingering her, right? Give me come on, give me something. I'm not going to leave you alone until you give me something. You gave him the channel.
Because anytime you would ask me for money, I paid him. We never came up with any kind of actual split.
What do you mean anytime he asked you for money, you paid him? Why is he begging you for money? Why is he asking you for money? Tell him no. But he's a narc, and she's a great target for a narcissist, and he made her feel really small, so she felt like she had to, even though the other decent men around her were like, no, we're having fun, and you do everything, so it's fine if you make the money. Is that the African in him? The please Gibbs? He went full Gibbs on her, right? Freedom Cowboy 762 became a YouTube member. I make fun of the blacks in the last two videos. If you have like 3 or 4 or 5 hours to kill, that's a great way to do it. It's just those 2 last videos by themselves. New GM $5. Man, I feel bad for Bill. Nope. Sorry. It shouldn't take me to do this. Sorry. Should have been done then. If I was around, if this happened now, I wouldn't have let this happen. This is ridiculous. This is not how adults should be conducting themselves. This whole thing got messy. Absolutely not. TNRFNV for $5. Thank you. James 316. For where you have envy and selfish ambition, there you will find disorder and every evil practice. Right? Right. But he's lazy. You have to realize how lazy Spoon is. He didn't release a video for a month. He always talks about, we all know he doesn't do any prep when he goes on streams. And he's just a drunk loser. What does he do? But come on, Artie. He says monarchy good and liberalism bad. Come on. I mean, come on. Come on, man. You can't, I don't want to see you go after each other. Well, I don't want to see him take advantage of a woman to siphon money out of her that he didn't earn. So which one of us has a stronger ethical case? I'm dying to know. Testing $2. I chuckle at him, seething womanly at my super chats. Ay, Dios mío. Diablo coño, tigre. Dillweed, $10. Thank you very much. Fist being in the middle of this is so funny, I know, and so random, like that pizza guy that got invited to the Pentagon to see the Bin Laden assassination. I know, dude. His name's in the title. Oh, he doesn't even know I'm doing this. I think I'm handling it well. Testing for $2. Dude, he's making Aiden cry. F Spoon. Not even that, but you can hear how she's panicked. She's on the spot right now. She wants to make it go away. I've talked to women who have been around creepy men, and they go, okay, fine. Okay, just stop. I'll give you something. Get in the channel and make him stop. New GM, $5. Thank you. Artie, quit telling people my tactics with women. How else am I getting them to sign up for the email list? No, these tactics are not allowed. These are unethical, especially around Lent. TK for $50. Stormy. Well, you have to tell me who Stormy is, TK, all right? I don't know who Stormy is. I don't know anything about him. I don't know what he believes in. I don't know why you want me to talk. What if I just start at square one every time you say that? Thank you very much. Also, I have to let you know it's unbelievably suspicious that you want me to talk to him so badly. So,
Oh, you're on the payroll of the Jews.
And also, it seems like you may not be working for yourself or for our country.
Faye, you're not loving Israel enough. You don't worship Israel enough.
And as we all know,
Jews have been kicked out of every country we've ever lived, and it's never been our own fault.
so I got my eye on you. I got my eye on you. Here's the thing. Why not have Fist talk to history people? Why do you want me to talk to a history person? I'm just going to be obnoxious. Like, I'm not, they don't know how weird I am, okay? I'm going to invite them on and be weird in front of them. It's a bizarre thing to do. Have them talk to Fist. Why not talk to Fist? Flulick, $5, thank you. The West has no magic dirt to make savages civilized. But it seems Africa has cursed dirt to make one insufferable and drink Hennessy. It would seem that way. Testing $2. I got the call. Stormy. Yeah, good guy, I assume.
To be paid on a regular basis.
There's nothing on hard paperwork anyway.
So when he asked me to pay him, I paid him. And then until I could have spoken to him for the past 12 days, I've gone radio silent with him.
I'm sorry, does that sound like she paid him $4,000?
For money, I paid him. It was something like $4,000. Because anytime you would ask me for money, I paid him.
Okay,
we never come up with any kind of actual split to be.
This man never came up with a deal. He just wants an amount of money, which is what a female does. Like, Monarch, give me money. I need money. Give me food. I need more food. Mommy, pick me up. Testing for $2. I have no idea what a Stormy is. You will. One day. One day you will. But notice that? How Spoon doesn't, justify any of that?
Paid on a regular basis.
There's nothing on hard paperwork anyway.
So when he asked me to pay him, I paid him. And then until I could have spoken to him for the past 12 days, I've gone radio silent with him. Lamented, it's because he just screams at me. What am I supposed to do?
Every time she talks to him, he just screams at her. Now, he seems like this online, right? Now imagine you consider yourself friends with him. She sounds kind of startled, kind of scared. He just keeps screaming at her. He doesn't seem very good at listening. Why don't you go ahead and try and bully me like that, Spoon? You're not gonna. You're gonna sit down like a good boy. And you're gonna do as you're fucking told. Because that's what you do to someone like me. You're not gonna talk to me. You're not gonna make a response video. I'm gonna make as many videos about you as I want. You're gonna say whatever you want about me. You're gonna call me desperate. You're gonna say all the same things James Lindsay does. I'm just gonna cut a video of you saying exactly what James Lindsay says. So do it. I dare you. I dare you to comment on what I'm saying right now. Ooh, please. But you're not gonna. You wanna know why? Because you're a good boy. You're gonna do what I fucking tell you to do, Spoon.
That's why I had Scrump talking to him to serve as a mediator. And poor Scrump, he's doing his stream right now. So this is, that's why he did it. He did it because he knew Scrump was busy and he knew I would start the stream.
Ooh, tactical.
Now, I don't know what else to say other than the
both
fact that he
parties-
set this up to specifically go on before the fucking stream.
Midlife Crisis Joe. Oh. Nope. There's so many fellas in chat. Thank you. So is this a recent video? No. This video is from June of 2025. I am catching us up as to something that really hasn't been talked about that should have been talked about.
Right
And
at the
if
same
it
time.
was
So then
brought-
I'd have
and
to
if it
deal
was-
with it on air. What a
And it would be
cunt.
brought up in both streams, and both parties would have to give information out so that he could probably put them side by side for small differences on a stream somewhere out of context and fuck over both parties.
I'm supposed to give
Also
Spoon
good
all of the
example.
money after Queen and Corpo have taken half of it. Apparently, yes. That all of the money was Spoon's for occasionally showing up and being present.
So now, any money he makes now, from this point forward, for the past 6 months, all the money he makes is because he intimidated her and nagged her like a little pussy. Doesn't he really project a masculine attitude? He does nothing to get it. Now we're gonna fast forward to today, but this really needs to be for posterity, right?
I did him wrong and now I play victim. If you guys, this is another thing. Spoon has been holding this over my head as a sort of Damocles for months. You can see it right here, threatening to do exactly what he has done today.
What a great guy. Yeah, but guys, did you see his 2024 video saying that he likes America? We should watch that instead, right?
Again, the entire channel was his to do with what he
I
wanted.
gave it to him back in December. He could have sold it if he wanted to. He could have made all the money from it until he reached what he believed was parity, which I would have let him do in perpetuity. And that's why I even say in these screenshots, take however long you think it, whatever you.
The entire time, Newsfist is like, can we please just talk about the Middle East? The entire time, I feel most bad for Newsfist in this scenario.
Feel that you have been made whole from whatever this is. I gave you the channel. Look right here. What do you want me to do? I gave you the channel. You can't fix it. I'll do whatever I can. I have tried, guys. I fucking tried.
He won't stop. He won't stop pestering her.
So I don't know.
Lord knows we all have.
And how worth it is he if he falls asleep on stream, plays Tetris on stream, and brings nothing to stream? How worth it is he? We'll fast forward a little bit. Now he drowns in humble pie.
Already. Man, the days are becoming a blow over here. I was supposed to do this video on Tuesday, then I didn't realize it was Wednesday already. Man, the days are becoming a blow over here. And I can't even blame the breakfast whiskey. Yet, I imagine some people are going, Spoon, why did you delete the last video? What have you done? Yeah, I'll explain that one in a bit. First things first. Do you know how long it took me to find a picture of pie in the face that didn't look like a messed up bukkake fest?
So he's like, haha, I'm drinking. I don't even know what day it is. Yeah, I can feel that.
Swear the image searches are just screwing with me at this point. But anyway, this whole Broken Crown podcast situation with Aiden Palin, my word, this was hilariously stupid. Let me just say this. Aiden was correct that she did always allow me to dip into the podcast funds when I asked. Except in November, which is probably why I blew up in December. Now, in hindsight, because Aiden is not one that handles confrontation particularly well, even she will admit this, all things considered, her solution to my ire was actually rather generous. It was only my,
It was rather generous, because it should be 0.
Well, for lack of a better phrase, boomer boobery that screwed that all up. You see, back in December when Aiden granted me access to the channel, it was her way of essentially saying, monetize a channel on your AdSense account, which is how YouTubers get their revenue.
He was pestering her for money constantly while not even trying to add value to the stream. Now, this would be, I feel as though, fellas, a monarch. The liberal goes, see how the monarchy goes in theory, and then the people advocating for the monarchy, what they do in practice? This delegitimizes the idea, I would say, wouldn't you?
Revenue, by the way. You're the sole recipient of the podcaster's revenue. Now, I was too dense to realize that is what she was offering. And seeing as I did nothing, because I didn't know that's what I was supposed to do, the months went by, and Aiden, rightfully, didn't think anything of it. It was only when the situation reached boiling point did a buddy of mine speak to Aiden about all of this, because he wasn't exactly thrilled with the situation either. He was the intermediary between us, because Aiden and I went on speaking terms for
an intermediary between them when I'm expecting him to talk to me about what I have no idea.
Like 2 weeks. And this is where things get hilariously retarded. During this conversation, Aiden said something along the lines of, I don't know what else I was supposed to do. Spoon just had to go and click on the earn tab. And I thought,
You see how he's skipping over the nagging her for money? And he skips right to he was given the channel and he didn't monetize the channel? Mind you, he's begging. I'm sorry, isn't this guy like a trust fund baby or something? Like, why is he nagging her for money? Why does he need money so badly? What does this guy do for money? Doesn't he have his own channel? Go make money on your own channel. Some monarch indeed. My word. New GM for $2. I think TK wants you to interview Stormy Daniels. I know. I'm trying. I'm trying to get her on the good side. Testing $2. His behavior sounds genetically South African. You got that right. He's not really one to talk, is he? to the chickens, $2. I want you to debate him just for the blood sport. I don't know if any of you really want to see me debate somebody. Okay. There was a time where I could have, maybe, I don't know. The debate I want to do right now is I want to debate Made by Jim Bob on atheism versus orthodoxy, because he's usually like pestering an atheist that's like super annoying, right? But he's never debated like an atheist like me, and I really, it's my God is comedy, okay? I want him to really lay into me as an atheist, and I think that would be hilarious. It would make me like cry laughing, because he would say things that are true that I can't counter. It would be funny. Jiminy Christmas, Jiminy Crickets. TK, $100. Okay, Stormy Waters, aka Norman Dodd, new on Twitter. I am a wagey. He's an old school Anglo aristocrat, and I feel like the collab would be fun. Oh, have you told him this? Does he know it would be fun? Does he want to come on? If you really want me to stop, I will. Okay. Have you contacted him and said, hey, would you like to go on there? Have you done that? I don't know if he wants to come on. That's what I'm saying to you. I mean, do you understand what I'm saying? He has to also want to come on, right? To talk to me. And I don't know what we talk about in general, because then I'm going to, you want me to contact him and go, somebody wants me to talk to you. It's very awkward start to a conversation. I hope you understand what the point that I'm making. Thank you very much, though. K-Test, $10. As a Southerner, your rudeness is irritating. Ooh, you're so lucky it's Lent. Oh, and I'm fasting too, and I really don't care about what you're saying. Which, who gives an F? Okay, fair enough. But it's my American culture. Spoon loves insulting. Could you please use a foghorn leghorn voice and backhanded compliments? Normally, I probably would. If I had eaten food, I say, I think you're kind of a little pussy. I say, you don't like my tone there, son, but I'll tell you what, there's worse things than my tone, and it's kids getting fucked by elites. So I say, if you can't handle my tone, I don't think you're ready for the truth there, partner. You're putting me on the spot. I appreciate it. Thank you. Blue Lick for $2. I am booming. Shibba-da-bip-dee-dee. Flabba-da-dap-dee-doo. I'm sweating right now. Blue Lick, $2. Could it be a mooish monarch? I don't know. I think it's the black in him. King Spectre, $5. Spoon is officially dumber than James Lindsay. At least Lindsay knows how to monetize his weetodation. I know. This dude's out here begging for money. And they've patched it up since then, just so you know, fellas. And just so you know, I want you to antagonize the hell out of Spoon, because one of you already did, and he mentioned me. So I want you to really badger him and pester him and antagonize him. I'm sending you to Brigade Spoon. Okay? Now, do not involve anybody else. Okay? So I mean on his channel. Now, if you wanted to ask questions, I would say you could do that, but don't mess up anybody else's day. Let's not have anyone catch strays, but on his own content, which he will be releasing, go to town on there, definitely. Doomsday Machine, thank you. Remember for 3 months. Asher Genesius, $2. Monarchist Spork, the moment Iran gets a king. It's wild. It's how is it not just like James Lindsay? His position is incoherent. TK, $2. K will stop later. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you understand everything I said to you. On with a spoon.
Tab. And suddenly a whole bunch of things crystallized. And I thought, this is what Crump was talking about. Man, there's some DMs of mine floating about where I look certifiably psychotic, and that's probably not a good look.
Oh, I probably look certifiably psychotic. Yeah. Tee-hee. Tee-hee, I made a mistake and had to delete my video. Testing $2. I think TK is Stormy trying to boost their channel. This is odd. I like The person has to want to talk to me. I mean, is that a crazy thing to say? Doomsday Machine, $5. I'll be honest, I'm a crossover viewer. I'm not going to get in on this. Just going to drop a few and dip. Well, in this, okay, let me put it this way. We seem to be rather critical of people that were around Epstein and allowed it to happen and didn't say anything, right? Now, is this on the same level? No. But now you know, and if you're choosing to turn a blind eye, well, don't you think you might have turned a blind eye on the Epstein stuff because you were at least getting stuff on the Epstein stuff? I'm just saying this is unethical. And it's the hubris on him. It's really the hubris that drives it home. I'm not going to shove my nose into somebody else's business, but it's the hubris, and it's like, dude, you're a piece of shit. Stop acting like you deserve anything.
At this point, after this realization, I messaged Aiden and I said, listen here, you giant nerd. I can admit my gigantic boomerism over this. The bit that I want to know is why the fuck did you not tell me about the earn button back in December? I haven't monetized.
And she had to tell him about the earn button. His channel's already monetized. She had to tell him about the earn button. He was like, why didn't you tell me how to monetize the channel? She gave him the channel, and then they still didn't even talk about what that meant. The lack of communication here is two clams talking to each other. Like, Spoon, you're Mr. Monarch, you're a man, take control, state what you want and why you deserve it. You can't do it.
Monetized shit since like, hang on, 2021. That was 4 years. I don't remember what I did 4 minutes ago. I still don't, by the way. And she patronized me with a meme and we had a hearty chuckle about the whole thing. So I said to her, Aiden, tell me something. Was the whole reason you stayed quiet because your brain space was pretty much, well, Spoon must know how to do this because, well, his account is monetized as well. And she said, yeah, basically. And I said, whole bunch of your side of the argument is making a hell of a lot more sense all of a sudden. Few days.
You want to know why it's making a hell of a lot more sense? Is because he can get money. That's why it's making sense. If you think about it, it makes no sense. It was never rectified how he was owed money. She gave him the channel, and he's like, well, there's still no money coming in. It was only made sense when he started receiving money that he's still receiving that he doesn't deserve.
Later, we hopped on Discord, settled the matter in under 2 minutes. All of the animosity of the last half a damn year vanished in less than 100 seconds. I proposed a financial solution going forward, and we all went, yeah, it sounds great. We should have done that 6 months.
A financial solution going forward. He didn't pester her, badger her, guilt her, threaten her, defame her. No, they just don't want to deal with him. They have difficulty standing up to him. I don't, which is why I'm saying this, because I'm seeing other people that are allowing him to behave this way because for some reason they're fucking scared of him. I want this smoke, and he doesn't want this smoke. I can't wait to bully him in the future.
Ago, you can tell me about it. And that was it. Whole situation was sorted. Now, having said all of that, a couple of things I want to address. Primarily the people who might be thinking, Spoon, why the hell would you tell people you were this stupid? Good question. I'll tell you why. Mainly because it's really, really funny at this point. The fact that the entire situation was ameliorated with doys and giggles does make it rather amusing.
No, it only changed when he changed his tone.
Secondly, a wise man learns from the mistakes of others. If you've been on the internet for an extended period of time, you will do something stupid eventually. That is inevitable. When you do not get defensive and own your stupidity, or else it will own you. If you don't make fun of yourself, believe.
I'm sorry. Did he own? Oh, okay. This is the narc. This is the narc tactic. See, he minimized what he did. You heard how she was distressed. You saw what he did. And now let's just all laugh. You know, I said some things. You said some things. It was a big miscommunication. Now I'm getting money, so I'm fine. I cried until I got what I wanted.
Everyone else is going to do it for you. So with that all being said, I can own my scrub over here because it was my fault, ultimately. Now brace yourselves, because I'm going to break character here and do something that is going to seem completely insane. I'm going to apologize to a girl.
He's going to apologize to a girl.
Oh
my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody sick.
See, it's a big joke. He got his money. Now he'll apologize.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
That's what I picture the audience's reaction to that is in my head. But really, I do owe Aiden a sincere apology for all this. So, Aiden, my apologies for this terribly avoidable fiasco.
Of course he's going to apologize. He's getting money to fall asleep.
I'm not going to lie, because this is the internet and conspiracies blow up out of nowhere. My immediate thought upon realizing my mistake was, oh hell, I need to get that guy's money back. Because I did a Rumble stream last week and it did net a pretty penny considering it was off the cuff, and I didn't want anyone to think.
So he is making money in other areas as well. Now I'm thinking moo. That's pretty moo right there. He's already making money, but he can always make more money. And of course, he's incredibly lazy and doesn't have to do any work for the stream. So he's like, perfect. I get to do no work and I'll make money and I'll just guilt her into it and threaten her.
I think this was all staged for that particular reason. So I tried to talk to him in the comment section to get some info from the guy. I legit told him I wanted to give him back his money, and he starts rambling about the Jews, which is ironically rather hilarious now that I said that out loud. Stream made me realize there is some appetite from people for me doing live streams where I'm just flying solo, so I better do a few of those for the folks who showed up for that.
Yeah, why not? Okay. You saw me do this with Fist. Me and Fist were streaming, okay? I was getting good feedback from us streaming. I then did a solo stream behind the paywall. I don't know what I'm doing. I got more comfortable, and I started doing solo streams. I don't do them all the time. I do them every once in a while. Do you see how easy that was? What the fuck? Yeah, let's trust this guy with a monarchy, right? Great salesman for a monarchy.
That one. I've always been very hesitant to do them because I feel quite disorganized and schizo on those kinds of streams. Because my videos are always scripted and professional sounding, and on live streams, I think I sound like a raving lunatic. But apparently people like that. I know if it's...
Do you see how insecure he is? Like, just do it with a closed community. Oh, dude, do members-only streams. Have you thought of doing that, dude? Have you thought of doing, like, members-only streams? What do you get? Early access to new videos they didn't release for a month, member shoutouts, priority play. This is nothing. You get nothing for joining his channel. Do a members-only stream. But he won't. You get nothing.
It's authenticity or what it is, but it is what it is. As far as the lack of content lately goes, I've been in a very weird space, both...
The lack of content lately, I've been in a really weird space. Spoon is just trying to find himself, okay?
Physically and mentally. I don't know if it's the seasons throwing me for a loop, but something feels...
God, this guy tries to portray himself as masculine. Dude, how did all of you let him get away with it? Shame on all of you.
It was very off. I don't know what it is, but where I'm at now is so peaceful and quiet, it feels like time stands still.
What the fuck is he talking about? What does that mean? Is he on some like new SSRIs or something?
Which makes no sense because if I blink, the day is gone. If I don't do something by...
That's an alcoholic haze. If he blinks, the day is gone. Okay? That is finding your answers at the bottom of a bottle. Time escapes him.
I say 1 in the afternoon, the day is pretty much over. I really wish I could explain why, and I don't know 1 in the afternoon.
This is incredible.
Which makes no sense.
This is why I call him a wet brain, dude. Really take this in.
It's because if I blink, the day is gone. If I don't do something by, say, 1 in the afternoon...
If I don't do something by 1 in the afternoon, is he unemployed? Fellas, does he not have a job? What is he... It sounds like every day he has to do something before 1 in the afternoon because he's unemployed. Is he an unemployed South African monarchist LARPing on the internet? Does he work? That's odd.
The day is pretty much over. I really wish I could explain why, and I don't know what to do about it. So yeah, that's the situation.
Alcohol.
Maybe I should do a live stream once a week or something. Like do a This Week in Stupid kind of thing. We can call it Weekly Wankers or something.
He's just rambling and thinking out loud right now. He's so incompetent.
I get my energy back. But yeah, there we go. Hey, Aiden, you got anything to add?
As usual, Scrump was right.
Not that.
See, they made up.
Live that one down for a while. Emma, cheers for watching once again. I apologize for nothing.
You apologize for nothing. You just apologized to her, you fucking idiot. Oh my God, he's so incompetent. Now, don't forget. Don't forget who we're dealing with right here, fellas. Okay? He's going to watch out. He's going to go full 130 IQ all over someone. Okay? Be careful with that spoon. He's really smart. He thinks he's really smart, doesn't he? Yeah, he does. But he's a piece of shit. And then I'm going to show you what he said about me. I think I've primed the audience enough. What do you guys think? That's funny. This I like. New gym for $5. Spoon deserves to be forced to do a 1 year of collabs with Brittany Venti. I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind doing that with her. That was a motorboating her giant fucking fat tits joke, in case you guys didn't know. Dongus Riga, 5 months. Only made sense. Gonna happen. Facetious, $5. The best part of any Broken Crown podcast is when Spoon passes out and Aiden can actually talk. Now, there's people that listen to Broken Crown, and they're also commenting that he does nothing and he's a bum and he adds nothing, but he runs the channel. I'm sorry, just the monetization. She still does everything for the show, but he just gets money. And we're going to consider that ethical. We're not going to call that out because we need them so badly. We need him so badly, right? Meanwhile, Aiden Paladin will work on a video for weeks, not knowing, like, a 2-hour video, to the point where, like, it makes sense that she's doing, like, join her Substack to actually support her work. Because, like, it's not always algorithm friendly, her work. And she goes into a ton of detail, and it's not for everybody. It's not for me necessarily. I'm too much of a spaz. But she actually puts in work and labor, and she actually has a dedicated following where they don't just say, you're so smart. Her loyal following will talk about how in-depth she goes into, how insightful it is. So that makes sense to give her money because you get something for the money you give her. I'm sorry. Does that make sense? Testing $5. Spoon, the feminine coward, apologizes for the fiasco, but not his behavior. Ooh, so narky, isn't it? Little Michael Narc Duncan there. TNRFV, $2, thank you. Moo Adjacent, feels like it. Duke of the Keck became a member. You are gonna really like what I have to say about the blacks. I guarantee it. Creamer Slinger, $20. Good to see you, mate. Thank you. Talk about falling from grace. ANF show lays chocolate fudgies on whatever podcast he was on. Much appreciated. I do have crossover with the podcast that he's on. And I would just like to know if I'm saying anything that's untrue. Blue Lick, $2. I can't hold the joke any longer. We was Kangs. Dude. Literally. Monarchy joke. South African joke. Let's get into his passive aggressiveness, shall we?
Magatards in the past couple of weeks. Not total. There are still...
He loves... Has he ever said a negative thing about Academic Agent?
I mean, there are some British guys who... I'm convinced they do it because they don't want to lose their American audience. Okay? I don't care. I'll kick him in the teeth.
Based.
Got him. Talking about Starkin of a cod. He likes Trump a little bit.
This is going to be a fun one. A couple of things before we get started here. I'm amused by the amount of people who get mildly irritated by this post.
I am amused by the amount of people that get mildly irritated. Fellas, how is that not James Lindsay? He loves posting something and it bothers people. And then when they're like, oh, what you said is very... Look at how vague this is. Congratulations to those of you that understand nuance or skepticism. It's clearly not many of you. And then people are like, what are you talking? Like, what were you nuanced about? You're being vague. He's like, haha, you're mad, aren't you? It's just like James Lindsay, dude. Come on. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Doomsday Machine, $10. Thank you. Okay, I'll put it this way. It's unethical, and I won't defend it. I'm just burnt out on all the infighting. I'd rather spar with leftists and support smaller right-wing channels. Sorry and God bless. Fellas, never apologize to me, ever. An apology does nothing to me. I don't care about an apology. It's meaningless to me. It doesn't matter. You never have to apologize to me, ever, for anything. No matter what you say or do. It doesn't do anything for me. This isn't infighting. So what kind... Okay, sure. It's not infighting. He's not fighting me. I'm beating the shit out of him. So you'd rather spar with leftists and support smaller right-wing channels. What right-wing do we have if we allow this and we know about it? You're invoking God. God bless. How do you think God feels about this? Does God want you to be silent? I got the Lent spirit, fellows. I've been fasting. Let's think about this. And you're going to say, God bless. Does God want you to turn a blind eye to this clear injustice that's happening? Is the answer yes? Well, then that's not a God that I would align with. I imagine God would want me to call it out in the way that I'm doing it. Possibly not, but I think he'd rather me call it out to make this space, this area, this cohesion, this cultural online cohesion that we have, letting you guys know that I will call a motherfucker out and I'm not going to put up with that shit. Now, it's not like I'm going to hawk everything, but it's hubris, right? That could have been whatever, but he's putting a spotlight on himself. Discernment, fellas, okay? So Doomsday, this is discernment. I understand that you don't like the infighting, but this is how kids get fucked, unfortunately, okay? I know it's uncomfortable, right? This is way, way less than that, okay? We shouldn't stand for this. This is an injustice, and I'm going to let people know that they shouldn't do it, and if they do it, I'm going to find out and do this. I think that's the right thing to do. I think that's what our God would want me to do. Thank you for that. Testing for $2. It's not infighting to defend yourself. I mean, I'm being the aggressor. He wants nothing to do with me, and rightfully so, because he's a bully, and I really like to bully bullies. And I've done this with the left, but the left's boring at this point. What am I going to say about the left that you don't already fucking know? I'm going to start at $2, make no peace with evil. That's what I'm talking about over there. But what bridge am I burning? It's not like I'm picking on Made by Jim Bob, who actually goes out and debates people, and actually has Andrew Wilson on, or like Rob Noor, and burning some sort of important bridge for no fucking reason. What does he offer? He's a net negative. He's got a funny voice. He says he's a monarchist. What? He could die tomorrow. Nobody fucking give a shit. What does he offer for the quote unquote movement? In any capacity? Nothing. So I don't quite understand that. But let's continue. Here it is. Now you have to remember, he didn't release a video for a full month right here. Okay, he didn't release a video for an entire month. And he's still talking about Sargon. He took so many showers thinking, ooh, they didn't like that Sargon video. Let me find a video from 2022 about Sargon. A month later, he's got nothing else to talk about. And what does he start it with? A comment that he left that pissed him off.
Someone saying I apparently vague post more often than a teenage girl.
That was me. That wasn't just someone. That was me that said that, you pussy.
Why do you know the posting habits of teenage girls? A bit sus, but anyway. By the way, this video...
You sassy bitch. Oh, so if you call someone retarded, you go, huh? How do you know what a retard is like? I'm implying that you're retarded. Oh, I act like a baby? Huh, well, sounds like you spend a lot of time around babies. How do you know what a baby acts like? Like, dude, this is James Lindsay levels of fucking comebacks, dude. Sweet mother of God. Do you see that? Do you see how petulant this is? He can't let it go, right? He can't let any of this go, so he has to, like, just say something.
Yeah. I'm amused by the amount of people who get mildly irritated by this post. Someone saying I apparently vague post more often than a teenage girl. Why do you know the posting habits of teenage girls?
For those of you just coming in, I showed that was... Actually, do I have it? Do I have it on hand? I think I have it quickly on hand. That was me. I was the guy that said that. I'm just somebody, you know? I'm just somebody. Come on. Oh, oh, no, I can't be like, I can't. I'm going to have to wind down looking at his comments. I'm sparing you all of the comments until the end because it's banger. It's James Lindsay banger after James Lindsay banger. It's incredible. And for posterity. I don't know who vague posts more, a middle school girl or a spoon. Oh, actually, wait, this is on something else. I can't find it, but I think that you trust me. Okay, I think I've garnered your trust at this point.
By the way, this video is likely to be very anti-American, so if that offends you, bugger off.
James Lindsay does the same thing where it's like, oh, this is going to bother the woke right so much. Oh, this is going to anti-American. What does that even mean? Do you know the different factions of Americans we have in the country right now? It is so vague. There's no meaning to it. Now, if you'd like to be on the dissident right, we try and talk about our nation's identities as we're being attacked. He's already conquered. He's in South Africa. He's not even fucking European.
Contemplating whether or not to make this video, but then I thought, you know what? If I don't make it, someone will go, oh, Spoon's talking about it. It's bothering him. And if I don't, others will go, oh, Spoon's not talking.
He's complaining about, this is what James Lindsay did. If people say this, I lose it. If I say this, people are going to say this. And if I say this, when have you ever heard me say that? Yeah, there's a collection of opinions on the internet. Right. This is not for you. Your ego is too fragile for this. People are going to say something mean about me no matter what. Why are you saying that in your video after he took a month off from creating videos? Oh, he's so bad at this. Ooh, he has 58,000 subscribers and he got 26,000 views in the last 30 days. I have 11,000 subscribers and I got 132,000 views in the last 30 days because I'm better than him. I'm a liberal, I'm an atheist, and I'm a Jew. And I'm way back. Just kidding. No, I'm just having too much fun. I am delusionally fasted right now. Anyway, I'm better than him. I'm better than Spoon in every metric. People like me more. It's way better to be me than him. I don't feel bad for him because he's a piece of shit, and I don't really feel bad for pieces of shit. So yeah, he's just a pussy. He's just gonna sit here and take it like a good boy. He behaves so well, doesn't he? What a good boy. What a good boy Spoon is.
Contemplating whether or not to make this video, but then I thought, you know what? If I don't make it, someone will go, oh, Spoon's talking about it. It's bothering him. And if I don't, others will go, oh, Spoon's not talking about it because he's too scared to. So seeing as I can't win either way, you can all get fucked. In all seriousness.
Edgy teenager. What is he, 13 years old, where he's fucking double birds? Fuck you guys. I don't give a shit. This is what James Lindsay does. This is like antisocial, emotionally underdeveloped behavior. Right? Like, he's in his 30s or 40s. How old is he? And you have to open up your video with saying that you like to trigger people by saying something stupid, what James Lindsay does, and then let everyone know how little you care. Okay?
So, I knew the comments in that last video had a high chance of pissing people off, mostly an American audience, and I'm criticizing the American Empire and the Don Cheeto himself. Of course, people are not going to...
Don Cheeto, orange man bad, and he's somehow surprised that he's catching shit, okay?
...be objective. And I've done a fair few videos now where I've kicked a hornet's nest. By the way, I don't care, you're all wrong. I'm never not going to double down. I'm not going to put out a video where I think I'm wrong. It makes no sense.
Right. That's why you get made fun of, because you think you're right and you're wrong. You fucking moron. Like, how is this guy? I'm just trying to see how anyone thinks this guy is smart. That's it. I'm trying to understand right now.
But going through some of the comments, I realized something. Because we like to play spot the patterns around here, and some of you smarter ones, you can attest to this. There's three things that are always...
Guess who the smarter one... Oh my God, I just got hungry. Oh, thank God. Oh, I just got hungry. I'm telling you, less than 500 calories yesterday. Oh, I think I'm getting hungry. I am expending a lot of energy doing this. Thank you very much, fellas. Oh, that feels good.
...present on videos like that. One, a revolt along tribal lines. Americans believe themselves to be individualistic. No, they are not. Americans are tribalism personified. The individual element is complete bollocks. Two, there will be a theme to the video that about 90% of the people commenting don't get. Three,
I love this. You know how James Lindsay has to explain the woke right over and over and over again because you just don't get it? He has to explain how there's bad things about America over and over and over again because you just don't get it. I wish I was kidding.
There'll be about 10% of you who do. And you 10%ers, you know who you are because you read the comments. And a fair few of you have...
No. Adidas Ramadan. No. I don't do Ramadan. No. I'm an atheist who's experienced with fasting alongside the Ortho Bros for Lent not doing a Lent fast, doing my own extreme, horrific fast. Oh. I think I'm going to do a Lent stream tomorrow. Fellas, you're not allowed to give me any money on Lent. Turning off the super chats, turning off the monetization tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to say. I feel like I should do it because I'm fucking going through it. Anyway, let's continue.
Message me going, what the hell is wrong with the comment section? You know when you've watched a video, you read the massive comments thinking, did we even just watch the same thing? And you scroll through looking for the handful of comments that...
Hey, you know how sometimes two people watch the same video and get a different interpretation of it? Can you guys believe that?
make you go, oh, thank goodness I'm not going insane. Kind of reminded me of the whole Goonagate fiasco. One side a bunch of idiots who can't enjoy a game unless it features tits large enough to knock down their IQ as standard deviation, and the other side essentially a bunch of Puritans. The former side...
This is always hilarious to me. This person's on Rumble. Why did you remove YouTube? Remove background. Why did YouTube remove background audio on Android? They didn't. Fellas, let them know that they didn't do that. That must be something with your phone.
Being too stupid to understand one can be sympathetic with the Puritans, albeit not for the same reasons, because that requires nuance beyond their pitiful intellectual pay grade. The people in the middle going, okay, boobs are fine, but if you're going raw profit and you simply replace the woke signal with boobs, yes, you will get games with boobs.
Okay, he's boring me to death. Let's do it. Fellas, we get it. He doesn't like Carl because Carl likes Trump, okay? And Carl Benjamin said that like the United States military could like defeat the entire world or something like that, which I don't agree with, but like he's a political pundit, you fucking idiot. Like, yeah, don't agree. I don't agree with that statement. Oh, is Jim Bob streaming right now? Oh, that's cool. Oh, and Cool Vic. Ooh, I got some options to send you guys after. Very cool. Very nice. So only smart Americans will understand this. We have to watch this, and then I have to drag you through how he behaves in the comments to these videos.
Man, this coffee packs a bit of a punch. You know, lately I've been accused of being a little too anti-American. So what I would like to do, being the thoughtful gentleman that I am, is extend an olive branch to the Americans who already agree with me, and then we'll use said olive branch to continue beating the rest of your fellow countrymen who thoroughly deserve it. Now, the catalyst for this video, well, funny there's been many, but lately I've noticed a rather prominent pattern with regards to the Yanks and criticism, which is...
You have to be kidding me. On this video that says Americans are terrible at taking criticism. Okay? I just tried to play it. There's two. Oh my god, I can't do it yet. Or do I have to do it? Can I do it? It's going to be... See, I know how to scout these now, okay? There's a comment in here. I can't believe that he made a video about Americans in general. That's not too vague, right? Are terrible at taking criticism. I'm sorry. Are you talking about Shaniqua or Billy Bob? There's a lot of different Americans, you idiot, you moron. My Lent is trying to allow me to feel bad for him, but my hunger won't allow me. It's beautiful. It's brilliant.
It's virtually impossible for Americans to receive any criticism whatsoever.
This is what only can be constituted as James Lindsay levels of projection, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
And not immediately, almost reflexively, dismiss it and start commenting.
This is important to point out from the chat. Do I have the add-on that restores YouTube dislikes? You cannot restore YouTube dislikes. It only estimates them. It doesn't give you the actual dislikes, just so you know. So it's not necessarily accurate.
On the country from which the critique comes from, which, by the way, is very much feminine behavior. And when you mix in coping envy, it sounds like black feminine behavior.
Dude,
I noticed this.
Dude, the level of projection. Somebody already said this in chat. I believe I showed it on screen. We have black feminine behavior, okay? Not the guy. that can't work out a deal going on. So, okay. Black and feminine, he does no work and he wants most of the money. And he's going to nag and nag and nag and do gibs until he gets it and then goes, ha, thanks. But we're black and feminine. That's absolutely wild. I can't even. What am I? I don't know how he's gotten away with this for so long. That's what really is hitting me pretty hard right now. New Jim, $5. Thank you. Artie, I'm sorry for saying your W's are rare. I should have dressed it up more like a much sought after RDW or an elusive RDW. I know you. You can say the worst things about me. I'm not going to care. Testing, $2. Thank you. Americans are a monolith to drunk Africans. Well, think this is quite a case study. Wouldn't you agree? Phoenician, remember for 5 months, one of the OGs. Thank you. You're a fork, at least. Way better than a spoon. I'm something all right, and I'm going to use a fork. Oh, I could put that to good use. Oh, staying it, Artie. Testing, $2. I stopped following Spoon because he's a Puritan. Is he a Puritan? He's a Puritan like how James Lindsay is. James Lindsay tries to act pure about liberalism. Impossible. Spoon tries to act pure about monarchy, and both are just completely condescending, and they'll never debate it, and they'll never go into detail. Or if they do, they prattle on and don't actually go into detail. They're only surface level. Scavenge, $5. Thank you. Glad to see you tear into Spoon more. I do believe he doesn't live in South Africa anymore. If so, he abandoned his nation. I don't think anyone knows really where he lives or what his religion is. So before anybody tries to stand Spoon, know that he's a piece of shit and how little you know about him. Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody, please. Vex Baby, $10. The Jewish vampire himself. Let's go. Give this poor starving guy a thumbs up. Come on. He blends comedy with information seamlessly. What more could you ask for? Also, happy birthday. Thank you. My birthday was yesterday. I turned 40 yesterday. I know. No one's surprised. I sound very 40. Please. I know I sound my age. You don't have to keep telling me. I know. Number one thing people tell me, Artie, you sound how old you are. I know. Lay off. Let me continue with this, please. God, I'm losing it. What is it, hour 2? Notice how I didn't go for a smoke break, fellas. Because I'm fasting from cigarettes and alcohol as well. I just remembered them. I just remembered my babies! Blue Lick, $2. I am an autocratic spork. Salute indeed. So let's hear about the smart Americans, the one that agree with him. Then let me dig through the comments. Then let me find a good person to send you guys to.
In one of the last videos, and so I put up a post explaining it. And some of the comments on it, so help me God. Never mind the rambling. This line.
Never mind the rambling. Just can never take his time to read. I'll read for him. It's not as common as you think, Spoon. Reaction on X are not a proper metric for what Americans in general think about our government. Yep. Our country has plenty of issues we've been needing to handle for decades. Yeah. Underlined in red, I ask you, what about your home country and its government? This is like how James Lindsay gets obvious criticism about how Israel is allowed to do things that we're not allowed to do, and they have no answer. This is just a very standard, obvious criticism for Spoon, just like James Lindsay that he'll never be able to engage with. No, I'm sorry, he will. I'm being bad faith. He will engage with it right now. It's far more jacked up than what we've got. Yes, South Africa is definitely. Despite our numerous issues, we don't have the rampant problems of South Africa. This is just objectively true. I can't imagine I was going to mess this up. Are you willing to recognize that fact? Don't get me wrong, bud. I've enjoyed listening to you for almost a year now. Didn't I just show you James Lindsay, a fan of his, being like, hey, James, I'm trying to like you and you're making it impossible. Hey, Spoon, I'm trying to like you and you're making it impossible. Very parallel. I think I've driven that point home pretty well. I enjoyed your last video. You made some solid points. With that said, I've heard you make criticisms of your home before, but are you going to say that it's superior to mine? Just be careful. I don't want to see you getting to the point where you're throwing stones in your glass house. It ain't fun. Trust me. Now, that's a person that's saying, I like you, but here's a criticism I'm delivering of you. And it's not even a harsh criticism. It's an obvious criticism that everybody can see that watches Spoon. Same thing as James Lindsay. Also, a quick reminder of stones.
It's like, well, bullets are little stones.
What was that, Joel?
It's like, well, bullets are little stones.
That's right. Bullets are little stones. Let's go.
I ask you, what about your home country and its government? I read this comment.
Hold on 1 second. Okay. Now, if I defend Tim Pool, okay? If I defend Tim Pool, you better bet your bottom dollar. Who talked about Connor Tomlinson in chat? Where is it? Where is it? Let me at him. Let me at him. I love Connor Tomlinson. What I want you guys to realize is the context of these larger content creators, okay? It does nothing to tear down even Tim Pool and go, oh, he's dumb and he's annoying. He platforms dissident right-wingers with a massive platform. Connor Tomlinson is exploding. And he's like, he can't. We need reasonable, intellectual, dissident right men, okay? I mean, you can say whatever you want, okay? But I'm going to reverse sweep for the person.
Right. So help me God. Never mind the rambling. This line, I ask you, what about your home country and its government? I read this comment.
Don't you dare me. No, don't defend Tim Pool. Go ahead. I'd love to see what your criticisms of Tim Pool are and if they apply to any content creator you like. So whenever you have a criticism of Tim Pool, I'm going to go, oh, what content creator do you like? And you have to also not apply those criticisms to them, okay?
What about your home country and its government? I read this comment, legit digging nails into my forehead and proceeded to scream at
How? It's a criticism that's so unbelievably obvious.
My screen. There's a reply to that comment in full caps loaded with exclamation marks because
indignant. All he has is James Lindsay indignancy.
I was legit fucking pissed. Screaming, how are you so dense that I can tell you you can't take criticism without mentioning the origin of the person criticizing you, and then you literally write a fucking comment doing the very thing I tell you you people do. Put out rake, let's step on rake.
Did you see that? Okay, so what did we learn from this? How did he get out of this? Did everyone catch that?
I ask you, what about your home country and its government? I read this comment at my screen. There's a reply to that comment in full caps loaded with exclamation marks because I was legit fucking pissed. Screaming, how are you so dense that I can tell you you can't take criticism without mentioning the origin of the person criticizing.
So he said you can't take criticism without mentioning the origin of the person. Okay? So what Spoon has done here is he said, hey, everyone, watch this. I'm going to shit my pants, and it's going to smell so bad, everyone's going to walk away. Watch. He shits his pants. It smells awful. Everyone walks away, and he goes, ha, told you. So he's like, you can't take criticism because you're going to bring up South Africa. And so when you bring up South Africa, it goes, ha, see? Told you so. You want to know who does that? The moos and the left. You notice how it's never time to talk about white people? It's never time to talk about South Africa with Spoon. It's incredible.
You, and then you literally write a fucking comment doing the very thing I tell you you people do. Put out rake, let's step on rake, then watch them as they step on rake. So I'm going to do my best to hype.
I saw someone say that Tim Pool is wrong a lot. You disagree with him a lot. He usually couches his language. He'll make speculations and predictions. But I mean, that's what happens when you're out there every day. He works, 12 hours a day. So I mean, like, yeah, I would expect he's not right a lot because he's taking more shots than anybody else. Critique of Tim Pool. He can be a spastic. I like that about him. Like the entire Warren fiasco, for example. Like, what the fuck was that about? I know. Are you talking about Warren Smith? If you are, I know who that guy is, and I know about him. And that guy is very frustrating. And he's not exactly who he says he is.
Hypothesize the cause of this reaction and also explain why the rebuttals, such as they try to be, don't land. And I think it's primarily that scaled, there's nothing that really unites Americans outside of the government and consumerism. Really.
There's nothing that unites Americans. We're like Indians. We're all just the same color. We're the Han Chinese Americans. We're just all general Americans.
I was talking to an acquaintance about this, Mr. Simon Roberts, and he said
recently, Tom Foe and Jimmy Talks are known here. Jimmy Talks is a really impressive YouTube channel. I believe my audience knows them more than I do. But Jimmy Talks puts out some really impressive numbers on YouTube.
something brilliant.
Good for him.
Europe has a sense of self based in...
Europe has a sense of self. The place with a bunch of different countries. Europe has a sense of self.
Differences which are easily observable because of a multiplicity of countries in a small area. America, on the other hand, has the confusion of too much similarity, a distributable plastic culture that more or less reaches everyone.
Okay, well, we can deny the Holly, dude. All right, like, we have guns. What is this? Is like James Lindsay prattling on about something right now.
Too great a distance to recognize itself as being capable of that kind of variation. And by extension, it doesn't really believe...
I'm sorry. Am I learning something right now? I'm sorry. First of all, Doomsday Machine, $5. I feel betrayed and tired. That's on me. Thanks for the stream, man. Got any recommendations for people I should watch instead? People in the chat, I'm not going to tell you who to watch. It's going to be way better for people in the chat to tell you because they're going to have probably way better recommendations than me. I look at stuff to essentially criticize. Nobody likes what I watch, okay? Good, you didn't apologize to me, so excellent. And I mean, I try to make a very compelling point, okay? So definitely ask fellows in the chat. They'd be more than happy to fill you with a bunch of stuff to watch. You can let them know what kind of stuff you like to watch. I'm sure they'll give you many cool options. Jimmy Talk seems to be pretty solid. Asher I hate this. I hate your name. Asher Genesius, $5, thank you. This stream has convinced me that Spoon is the one that spam reported Razor Fist's rant against Crackademic Agent Orange for harassment and bullying. What happened there? Interesting. Interesting speculation that I don't know about. I won't confirm or deny, but I think it's interesting.
Believe in a world of that difference. It sees the differences as flavors like variations in a milkshake. Really has a way...
Yeah, this is what I'm saying from chat. Okay, we got some... I would consider these more normie than Spoon. All fine recommendations. I don't know if Vince Dow is mooey or not, but all decent. Yeah, I can't watch what Artie watches. I really tried to watch. Yeah, I please divert to the chat. And then you can fine tune it. You can go more dissident, less dissident.
To recognize itself as being capable of that kind of variation. And by extension, it doesn't really believe...
This is so King. This is so true, King. Can we bring back Generation Y? It's my pet peeve. Yes, there used to be a Generation Y. In my Hard R videos behind the paywall, I do bring up that I'm in Generation Y. I couldn't agree with that more.
Reaches everyone over too great a distance to recognize itself as being capable of that kind of variation. And by extension, it doesn't really believe in a world of that difference. It sees the differences as flavors like variations in a milkshake. Really has a way with the words, doesn't he? But he's got a point. What does virtually every politician and person champion about America? Freedom and prosperity. That's about it. And there's an attempt at...
Yeah, I know our country's been subverted for a long time now, right? How they like subdued Pat Buchanan, right? Paleoconservative, and how he joined with the Bush establishment, right? And so now we're like, never again is now, and we're not going to do that. And so we're trying to culturally push as much as we can to not fall back into the same habits and stuff. I'm sorry. How's it going in Africa? Oh, he got me. I asked what was going on in Africa. I had to sit here and have my powerhouse of a country get grilled over and over again. Well, he doesn't have to defend anything else. So convenient. It's almost like a fucking pussy does that. Huh.
Universalizing this, and it just doesn't work. So when there's an attack on the government in any way, they'll unite to defend it, and often their actions, as a group, because really it's all they have. However, there are Americans, and you guys know who you are, who don't like the government and who also recognize the government does not represent them, nor is it...
If we notice, this is the same thing as James Lindsay, where he talks to the audience like a child for things that all of us already know. Right? Is he telling us anything that we don't already know? This is what makes James Lindsay unwatchable, by the way. And we've all agreed on stream that it's unwatchable because he's just explaining something very simply that we all know, like you're a child.
An extension of them. It's an entity separate from the American people. These are the Americans who don't get ass-blasted mad when you criticize the government. Now, where the Americans...
Get ass-blasted mad. How James Lindsay and the left will go, oh, you're so triggered right now because you're responding to his criticism.
An attempt at so-called rebuttals fall flat is when it comes from the other Americans who do get ass-blasted mad, and because they get ass-blasted mad, they're...
Did you guys know some people get mad and some people don't, but we don't have a distinction between, you know, same with James Lindsay, criticism and being mad. So he criticizes you, and that's him being honest. You return the criticism, and that's you being mad and not being able to handle criticism. Am I up to speed on what he's doing?
Rebuttals come from the assumption that we have that same attachment to the state as they do, and we simply don't. It doesn't land because our interpretation is, you're mad. It comes across like thin skin.
You're mad.
And I'll be honest with you Americans about this. You guys talking shit about my country, it doesn't bother me at all. Mainly because 40% of the time it's some clueless Harvard who thinks I'm English, so...
Same thing as James Lindsay. He loves that people think he's English, but he gets to go, I'm really South African. Same thing with James Lindsay. Ha! You're an atheist. He goes, ha! I'm not really an atheist. That's his ace in the hole. And notice how he doesn't actually, again, talk about his country at all.
Critique isn't even the right bloody continent. But the most universally...
Are you a monarchist if you don't care about your country? Can you be a monarchist if you don't care about your country? He likes a monarchy of a country that doesn't exist. Interesting.
Known Achilles heel of an American, aside from excessive caloric consumption, is geography. And so when an American tries to insult your country, there is this reflexive, almost snickering of, nah, you're American, you don't know anything. And that stereotypical ignorance really does dull the blow. You're also all the way over there, so who cares? Maybe it's because there's no history there. I mean, if an Englishman had a go at my country, I'd actually respond for that reason, because we went to war. And a word of advice for you all, never ever try and hand wave the criticism away.
I'm sorry, what is his country? He's doing the Hassan Piker thing where sometimes Hassan Piker is white and sometimes he's brown. So he's like, haha, you think I'm English.
You don't know anything. And that stereotypical ignorance really does dull the blow. You're also all the way over there, so who cares? Maybe it's because there's no history there. I mean, if an Englishman had a go at my country, I'd actually respond for that reason, because we went to war.
Okay, right.
And a word of advice for you all, never ever try and hand wave the criticism away as you're inconsequential or you don't matter.
I'm sorry. What is the history of white people being in South Africa? Does he view Black Africans as his people? I'm so confused. Sure, there's the history of the country, but what's the history of white people in South Africa? Can someone tell me in the chat the history of white people in South Africa? Because it sounds like he thinks that Africans are his people. Do you see how I'm saying that none of us know anything about him, right? I'm assuming he lives in South Africa. I don't know if he's a Christian or what denomination he's a part of. How long have white people been there for? And is it that much longer than white people have been in the United States? I don't what is he talking about? Can someone help me understand what he's talking about?
So, if we didn't matter, you wouldn't even respond in the bloody first place. The criticism stings because it's true, and everyone damn...
I need you guys to realize something, okay? It's always a bad sign when the more someone talks, the more confused we are, right? I don't know. None of us know anything about him. Is he? Okay. Do you see the variety of these answers? Like, what is he talking about in terms of evoking history? When, though? When did whites go to Africa and then like settle there? Because he's talking about they have like a history, and it's like, well, the United States has a history like before 1776. I'm genuinely confused.
And well knows this. Now buckle up, people, because I'm going to say some things that are...
Okay. So like 1600s? Yeah. So the signs for towns and cities in Massachusetts say that it was established in like 1630. So like we've been on this land. Like my 8 times great-grandfather on my mother's side was one of the few men to ever be hung in the Salem witch trials like 40 minutes from me. And that was probably in like the 1700s? I don't know what he's talking about. Thank you, fellas.
Going to piss off a whole bunch of you. Now, it's not
we're going to get so mad.
But I've done this dance 100 times, and I've seen the reaction 100 times. Nevertheless, these are just realities. You are a young trust fund baby of a nation, the offspring of a...
Everyone say goodbye to third in command on the channel, Phoenician. Have a good night, fella. Always a pleasure. Thanks for hanging out.
Vastly superior empire that spanned the entire globe. Everything you hold dear is a product of the British Empire. You are a product of the Anglosphere. You are a giant island. You have no threats of invading armies from the north and no threats of invading armies from the south. And you have massive oceans of water east and west.
I'm so confused right now. I don't think it's because I'm hungry. I mean, South Africa has some countries connected to it, absolutely. Also, a lot of water. I don't know what point he's making. Everything that's I'm trying so hard. I'm trying so hard to understand how he's trying to dunk on us, what his criticisms are. How did I lose the video? Am I losing it? Oh, no, here we go.
You have never, ever, ever been tested as a people. You live in gluttonous, isolated luxury.
Now, an African would say that, right? Like, yeah, yes, you would call us gluttonous. You live in Africa. Yeah, that's not a bad thing from an African, especially.
Most Americans know nothing about the wider world and don't care to either. You are an empire.
We're an empire. That's what hurts him, right? He believes in monarchy. We're an empire. He's never going to be an empire. I think that's what it is. That's where a lot of the insecurity comes from.
Wield both soft and hard power as empires do, that is nothing new. People are naturally then going to express a distaste, disapproval, and aversion.
Right. And then people are always, that's returned to you, Spoon. People are going to feel that way about you when you call people like black females, when you're acting like a black female and you live in Africa. It's actually more true of you, what you're saying right now.
To your influence when they don't like it, and many don't. Contrary to often observed cope, these sentiments are not spurred on by envy.
Oh, I forgot. I'm very forgetful. Arden Party. Best mod in the game. Fight me. Artie, it's time to remind these fine fellas and fellers and fellettes, time to like the stream again. It's very true. It's very true. That's very kind of you to have people want to like this specific stream. Thank you.
You are a nation known for being fat, loud, arrogant, stupid, and ignorant. Trust me, no one wants to be that. And how do we all know you're like this? Because it's what you project to the world. Many of you about to spurg in the comment section would otherwise agree.
Is this not Spoon straight out of Cope Town? Is this not Cape Town? It's Cope Town instead? I hope that's what it means. I really do. X Muno is $5. Thank you. Trying to get a new job right now, based. I live like a monk, also based, so not many expenses. Same. I tend to be a minimalist capitalist is what I would say. Nor desire for much money, but I believe in you and our shared purpose, and I love you all. That guy. I got that guy's vibe like every day. That's like very reduced down to how I essentially feel every day. That's creepy. Is that the Lord doing his work? Testing, $2. Thank you. We ultimately beat the British. South Africa ultimately. Oh, really? South Africa lost. Really? Are you sure? I couldn't tell. Thanks for telling me that. Isaac, $20. Thank you so much. Please go easy on me. I'm so lightheaded right now. You should ask him if he still believes with the Dark Enlightenment and Curtis Yarvin, along with monarchism that has no name. Happy birthday, Artie. Remember, bears run the world. Blood in brown. Blood brown. Blood ampersand brown. 14. 88. I'm done with Trump. Now Bob, Iran. I think everybody agrees with every single thing you just said. Thank you. Lenny Grad, $5. Artie, I need to take a nap. Can you pause the stream until I wake up? Woke. I'll let you know when. Thanks. Well, I do have something to say to you.
Wake up. Woke. Right. You wake up. Woke. Right.
Let's continue.
With this assessment if it wasn't for a foreigner pointing it all out. And by the way, that last bit came from one of your own.
I just very quickly. I do need to dial this down. I'm going to pass out. Very quickly. Doomsday, you've been very nice. I know that it's blood and soil. The inside joke is on another stream I didn't know what it was. And so now every time I say it, I'm going to act like I don't know what blood and soil is. That is the joke. Yep, people are already getting pissed off. I'm trying to piss people off. See? I tried to piss you off and I got a reaction. Do you see how I'm not getting off on it? It's just be a little funny.
Own countrymen, that's not even mine. People do not wish to go to America to be steeped in its heritage or tradition. They go there to bathe in gibs and excessive decadence, and you all know this. When was the last wave of immigrants you can truly say acquiesced to the American identity? Show of hands, how many of you are thinking rooftop Koreans? Anyway, I want to look at some of the comments, because bollocks to it, why not?
I mean, what is African about him?
Oh, this idiot telling me it's great.
This guy has been in my chat. I'm almost 100% positive.
Rage bait, and will I respond to rhetorically defective? No, we can fuck off. I muted him ages ago because he was pissing me off.
Now, the guy... So, Americans are terrible at taking criticism, and he muted me ages ago, a month ago. He's a wet brain. He can't remember anything. Americans are terrible at taking criticism. He had to mute me because I was pissing him off. And I've shown you what the messages are. He's being retarded, and I was challenging what he was saying. And so he had to mute me because I'm terrible at handling criticism. You can't make it up.
You know when you've seen one type of reply one too many times and your patience has reached its limit? Basically that.
So you can tell he's a narc because he doesn't actually put in a lot of work for anything at all whatsoever. And so he gets bothered very quickly and very easily. Testing for $2. What do people go to South Africa for? Grape? Well, they do get rid of their AIDS by struggling babies. Or they think that's how they get rid of their AIDS. Don't make me pull it up. I will.
Besides, engaging at someone who's long since muted you and ceased communication is an act of cringe and desperation. By the way...
Awesome. It's an act of cringe and desperation. Spoon, I make my money honestly, okay? I've built my channel by myself, and I actually spread wealth to other people instead of begging women for money like a pathetic little pussy. There's nothing you can say about me that's going to affect me, Spoon. You're not enough of a man to affect my opinion of you. Oh, no, you're not enough of a man for fucking have your opinion affect what I fucking think of what you... I mean, what is that... Coming from Spoon! What is that supposed to mean? Coming from a guy like Spoon. There, I got it out. New GM for $5. Artie, he's on African time. It's ages ago because people are making time by telling him he's fucking dumb. Yeah. He can only tell time by events. He lives in the land of no future. It's incredible. I mean, that's what it is.
Calling me a bitch and a prick, and you want me to make content for your drama adult brain?
You can't really make content. Your big idea for content in a 1 month span was 2 videos on Carl Benjamin. And then in your other 2 videos, you brought me up. So those are facts. Let me know I'm incorrect, by the way. Anyone, if they want to.
Not exactly the brightest bulb around, are you? Also, calling the post rage bait. Do explain to the class how did you get to that conclusion, because that accusation strikes me as rather...
Only smart Americans will understand this, and he's denying it's rage bait. This is mooery now. This is past James Lindsay right into mooery.
The brightest bulb around, are you? Also,
and of course, he has to do full-on fluff, okay? Listen to how he tries to sound smart, saying something that could have been said in 2 seconds.
So, calling the post rage bait. Do explain to the class how did you get to that conclusion, because that accusation strikes me as rather bewildering. If I tell you, say and do X, and you get reaction Y, that is not bait. That's me telling you how the trap works.
See, he's just telling you how it is, man, just like James Lindsay. Also, what is this, incoming development? What the heck? Spoon had to pay for video comments on Lotus Eaters back in the day to get engagement. Interesting. I can't confirm or deny that. Isaac, $5. Thank you so much. Don't worry, Artie. I know that you told me you were going to mess up my crazy talking points. It's like in Africa for right now, accusing you of what he does. Is my voice actually softer? It feels softer. I am completely separated from my body right now. See, this is how fasting induces spiritual enlightenment. Christos, member for 6 months. Ooh, OG. There is no Spoon. Wow. Yeah, but I'm going to consider what he thinks of me, right?
If I tell you, here's a rake, step on it, and it'll hit you in the head, and you step on it and get a concussion, that's not me baiting you. That's just you being a fucking moron.
See, you're dumb. He's smart. Ah. Don't you want to give him $5 to get nothing? Like, what the fuck, dude? We can agree it's a grift. He doesn't believe in anything. And you've seen what he tries to do for money. So, I mean, I would say objectively he's a grifter. He doesn't believe in any of this.
With this one asking me, is there any other culture or country I've consistently criticized? My word, this is going to...
Do you see how everything's a headache for him, right? Oh, you're so posh. And, he just wants to do nothing and get money. Daddy Monarch, can you please give me money? Oh, Daddy Aiden, please give me money. I wouldn't have to give you. I don't want to have to give you a verbal thrashing for more money, Mummy, Daddy, please give me money. That's what Spoon sounds like, and we all understand that. This person said, "I need to leave soon. I'm getting weird." This is honestly beginning to sound like whining. It's the internet. What reactions do you expect? Every comment he's showing is a comment I would show to make fun of his reaction. It's the internet. What reactions do you expect? Is there any other country or culture you've consistently criticized, and how do they respond to your comments? Why is he showing completely reasonable comments? This is what I would show. This is what I would love to ask him. It's perfect. The comments he shows you are the comments you would love to ask him. And what answer does he give you? They're not an empire and they're better than yours, so no. How is that not a James Lindsay comment?
Country.
I mean, I'm beating you over the head with it now. I think I've made my point.
I've consistently criticized. My word, this is going to do my head in for so many reasons. First off, my audience is overwhelmingly American. If I spoke about any other countries, you all would watch less.
Okay. So hold on. He talks about America because he's grifting for his audience. So we'd listen. Wouldn't we listen more if you said good things about America? Right? So he talks about America, which is weird because Fist talks about global politics. He talks about the UK, but Fist is good at what he does and deserves more money than Spoon, and maybe making more money than Spoon, honestly. Thanks to you guys. He deserves it. But like, let's just say maybe I'm starving. Maybe I'm missing something.
That's not me banning you. That's just you being consistently criticized.
Indignant.
My word, this is going to do my head in for so many reasons. First off, my audience is overwhelmingly American.
Right. So isn't mine, but I still talk about other countries. Not me. Fist does. But I never... Do I seem like I ever tell Fist to not talk about what he wants to talk about, by the way? You guys seem to enjoy it. Do you think the global politics stuff, like, interests me? Not really. But I guess it's not just about me, is it?
If I spoke about any other countries, you all would watch less.
You're
Welcome
boring.
to analytics. Secondly, I don't know how else to for dummies this.
Yeah, real quick. Who are you going to listen to about analytics? The guy with 50,000 subs and 26,000 views in the last 30 days? Or the guy with 11,000 subs and 132 views in the last 30 days? Answer that however you want. Okay, I'm not here to tell you what to think. I'm here to present you with information and be significantly better than Spoon because he's a pathetic little worm of a man.
But you are the world hegemon. You have more military power than anyone else. Supposedly, you have the world reserve currency. You have the largest sphere of influence. The more people you...
Do we have it? Does the United States act in the interest of the United States? Do we really have it? Right? And that's usually the argument that we would have with you.
You have under your sphere of influence, the greater the potential of you pissing people off just based off raw numbers. This is just math. Hell, it isn't even an American critique. It's simply the reality.
Yeah, the guy who can't get his money under control is going to lecture you about math. What a fuck. Oh, I'm gonna TOS. I gotta go soon. I'm losing it.
Of hegemonic empire power. If the American empire does something that has a negative effect on those in its sphere of influence, it's logical those people are not going to be happy, and they're not going to like you if they see you cheering for it either. In much the same way, if Trump, hypothetically, did something stupid that damaged the dollar but strengthened the euro, I'm going to be happy with his stupidity there because that's to my benefit. And I would completely understand if Americans wouldn't like me cheering for that because it comes at their expense. Welcome to the reality of competing nation states, my word. If you don't understand and
think of the reality of having 58,000 subs and less than a fifth of my views monthly.
Of this, you're an idiot. When you boil it all away and strip it down bare bone, you have two components. The dumb American, foreigner criticizing the government I don't like, fuck you. And the smart American, wait, a foreigner who gets why I don't like...
Yeah, I'm done with him. You know, be smart like him and hound a woman for money that you don't deserve. Oh, dude, this level of extreme fasting and honestly, I mean, alcohol and cigarette withdrawals, right? Those are physically addictive things. I don't have a very addictive personality, but I mean, there's a physical dependency on them at a certain point, I would assume. It's very weird inside my head right now. It's a weird breaking through euphoria kind of feeling, though. It's a really weird feeling. I am going to have to get something up ready for one of these chats. Yup. Give me it. Give me. There it is. There it is. That's going to make you guys happy. Okay. Isaac, $2. Thank you. Me's dad died with me money. New Holly meme. Oh, no. He's South African. Completely different accent. Quagmire for $20. Thank you so much. Why is it that every time someone like him is presented with an argument, even something genuine and simple, the response is always, ah, do I even have to dignify this with a response? It gives me a headache. Oh my God, I couldn't believe I had to answer you. Yeah, it's performative. Speaking of performative, this is exactly what I called out here. Okay, this level of being performative. He typed out, no, you fuck. Ugh, never mind. Oh, I don't know how to do this on, how do I see what this quote tweet was? I click on this and then it tells me, nope. View quotes. Aha, Sharad is you. And I literally said, this dude argues like an absolute fucking female. What kind of man, hoping to retain any sort of masculinity, types out his feigned indignance? Right, fellas? This is a month ago, too. He's always right, and if you disagree, you're always dumb. All he is an accent. Outside of that, he has nothing. Oh, I'm losing. I'm fading. I can do it. Point creation. That, oh my God, what an amazing picture. $2, thank you. Enjoy your meal when you can eat. I can eat in 25 minutes. But this is taking energy doing this, which is good. Because for some reason, I wasn't hungry last night. And I ate like a quarter of my food. I didn't eat a lot at all. But like, tomorrow's going to be cool. My brain's going to be... I haven't stopped to think about anything internally. So I'll probably have some fellas up tomorrow. Again, no super chats tomorrow. No monetization, no money. It's going to be a lens stream. I don't know when it's going to be. But tomorrow I can actually break the fast and eat carbs, and I can drink, and I can do all my sins tomorrow, which is why it's not the same thing as Lent, okay? I'm doing in solidarity with you guys. The point of Lent is to take things away from yourself, okay? That's what I'm doing. Doing it my own way, in a way that makes sense, in a way that is very much more extreme than the typical person too. So, King Spectre, $10, thank you. That annoying sigh and groan is so. I thought I was rereading the same thing. It's so performative. Like my tractor, you're making and uploading a video. You even admitted you script these. How is he not embarrassed? It's so performative. That's what a lady does, right? $5. POV already starve yourself, spend 3 hours talking about spoons. I didn't even fucking realize that. It was right there the whole time. Testing, $2. Spoon's entire lame shtick is I'm so exasperated. All of you picked up on this in the same time. What a community. Oh, wait a minute. How did I miss this? Isaac, $5. Is this harder because you're hungry, or is it harder because his name is Spoon and makes you think of food? 1488. It's causing me to expend energy. Like my body is hot. I'm burning off calories doing this. And you want to know what's weird? I can drink an energy drink and my heart rate doesn't increase right now. It's a no calorie energy drink, but it's a pre-workout. It's called Ghost, a pre-workout energy drink. I drank half of it and my heart rate didn't increase at all. It had no effect on my heart, which it usually does. That's weird. S Liquidator, $2, thank you. Pointer for fasting, coffee with heavy cream. That's not fasting. I could do coffee with stevia, but the heavy cream, I'd have to do maybe like a tablespoon, under 50 calories. To induce fasting for the most part. Good advice, though. Thank you. Arden Party for $2. Cheap ad. Find Arden at X. Arden Plays. Also the best. Mod in the game. Fight me if you disagree. A rat named Mouse, $5. Thank you. The South African forgetting the South Africans who migrated to the U.S. and happily waved our flags and assimilated. What? Last year? Classic. Also a great point. Also a very great point. So heavy cream. How much? Well, that breaks the fast. Heavy cream, definitely. Actually, well, heavy cream is pretty heavy. What do I use instead of that? I've been using evaporated milk instead of heavy cream. And MCT oil, also very good, also very useful. X Moon was $2. When I was 13, I fasted for 3 weeks. What the fuck are you guys talking about? These weeks of fasting. My absolute word. Aramaic Discourse, $5. For Lent, I gave up insulting people. Is this true? Are you being silly? I mean, I can see that because he is very antagonistic, which is what I like about him. So I'll say this about Spoon. He has some good videos making fun of Dev. Wow, he really is fasting. See? It's not always just a food fast, fellas, all right? Am I thinking about food right now? Is that what's happening? I'm not even going to eat something delicious. I just need to get food into me. It's just going to be a bunch of... it's just going to be a bunch of... like over a pound of ground beef, essentially. I don't really care about taste. I'm just trying to have my body feel different. Like the cravings for anything are completely broken. I might have them for half a second. Maybe. Blue Lick, $5. Thank you. Have a good smash burger on me, my friends. Oh, wait. I give Canadian shekels. Canadian Monopoly money, don't buy burgers. I wouldn't be surprised. TNR FNV, $2. Thank you. I prefer my coffee, $13.55. Those are some good ratios, bud. Oh my God. My fucking stomach. My stomach. Let me just see who I can you guys. Cool. Always in the middle of a debate, too. I was just gonna call him SpongeBob. I'm looking at his name and I forget his name. Made by SpongeBob. I'm gonna send you guys to SpongeBob doing an evolution debate with somebody. Looks pretty heated. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's double check who we got. We got Made by Jim Bob doing an evolution debate. We also do have Cool Vic. And that would help out Cool Vic more. Let's see. What I hate doing is sending you guys somewhere and it's ending. You just see how long it's been going for. Oh, he is doing Iran talk. He is talking about Iran. Is it over? Okay, yeah, he'll appreciate it. He's talking about Iran. I know you fellas were talking about that earlier. Send you there, help a fella out. Oh, fellas. Gratitude with attitude. Okay? None of that pussy gratitude. We got gratitude with attitude. Testing, $2. Thank you. 4-to-1 water to heavy cream ratio, keto, not fast. Yeah, I've been, I started off with coffee and then I went down to no calorie energy drinks for the taste, just to switch it up. I don't even know if I really need the caffeine at this point. Vex, $5. Thank you. I'm normally doing a quasi. Yeah, you are. This dude can't put on weight to save his life. This is a slender man. And somehow, while you guys were doing Lent, I had to eat more food. For some reason, I've lost weight. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. That dude don't fast. Eat more. Be a sloth, okay? God commands it. Stay alive. This guy can't keep the weight on. Women love it though. They like tall, skinny dudes. Tall, skinny white dudes. Oh, he must clean up. Isaac, $2. I prefer my coffee, $14.88 or $109. Fellas! Thank you very much for hanging out. I'm slightly lightheaded, but I'm good. Hitting a wall right now. Thanks for hanging out. And make Cool Vic happy, you know? Because he's about to get a nice little gift, right? Represent the fellas well. Make him feel good. Ask him about Lent. I know he's non-denominational Christian. I wonder if he's doing Lent. Tell him I said hi. Have a good night, fellas. Got the best, fellas. Thank you so much. Let me just make sure that's going to go through. It is. All right. Goodbye for real.